Nutrition Now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, Channel 112. It's all about you.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I embark on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested.
I don't want you to worry. righteous youth man out there, and we ain't giving up nowhere. There's an old barrage of righteous youth man in town, and we ain't going down. No, we never gonna stop, no way. When I tell you that the time is getting serious, just because I wanna put my people on alert. It's just them same old Babylon acting furious, and I don't wanna see the little youths them getting hurt. Now if you think that His Majesty is sleeping, then you better think fast.
That's the future.
I'll never make them Babylon mash up cyanide. And there's a whole barrage of righteous youth man out there, and we ain't giving up nowhere. There's a whole barrage of righteous youth man in town, and we ain't going down. No, we never gonna stray. In the streets it's getting hot, and the youths them I get so cold. Searching for food for the pot, and they'll do anything to fill that gap, Lord. In the streets it's getting hot, and the youths them I get so cold. Searching for food for the pot, but they'll do anything to fill that gap. As generation comes and grows, you got to make preparation while the youths them grow. It's what you reap, it's what you sow. The youths them are the light and the future, so when that's them, you know. If education is the key, now tell me why the big guys are make it so expensive for we. Give them the key or set them free. In the streets it's getting hot, and the youths them I get so cold. Searching for food for the pot, where they do anything to fill that gap. Boy, in the streets it's getting hot, and the youths them I get so cold. Searching for food for the pot, where they do anything to fill that gap.
Conquering lion never fail, man. A Babylon for springing the misinterpretation. Conquering lion never fail, man. Almighty Jah is a living man. Me tell you no, conquering lion never fail, man. A Babylon for springing the misinterpretation. Conquering lion never fail, man. Almighty Jah is a living man. Should you kill your brother just for $1? No, no. Before you press the trigger, try to think it over. Blood will be on your shoulder. Jah gave us this life for I and I to live in love and harmony. Yeah, one God, one name. We build on a destiny.
Them one, who I am and where I'm from. Oh, give me the heart, I got it for the evil man. Bust with the conquering lion, no no fear over sun, send me the Zion. Them one, who I am and where I'm from. Oh, give me the heart, I got it for the evil man. Bust with the conquering lion.
Jah is the only way. Nobody want to plant the can. Everybody want to read the band. Who you are go blame it on when it's a next man you are the pen pan? Well, you're wrong. Nobody want to plant the can. Everybody want to read the band. I've seen you own a song, can't compete with Kelly's John.
SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station.
When we were the cream of the crop, is the Bible. In carbon we got, they took us away from Africa with an intention to kill our culture. But through the power of the Most High, our mental capacity get wider. Come harder, ain't looking back, feeling stronger. Ready to launch the attack. Do you remember when we were the cream of the crop? Is the Bible. And the cow.
I've been here all day of my life. Works good and queer, I behold with my sight. Some will share, others do as they like. Some you flesh them want here with them fork and knife. Some don't care, their heart is like ice. After killing under them rejoice, but I'm holding firm. Every man deserves to earn. Jaja come a plant with success.
to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
Anywhere you want it, I'll be giving it to you. 'Cause your command is, I sing this one for you. You better obtain this. Music is for me and you. Till your brain sustain this. These words I'm saying are true, yeah. Make it them in musically, physically, spiritually, internationally, yeah. Rasta now should naturally around the alley, but them a keep up folly, boy, yeah. Cause I feel it in my heart. Anywhere you want it, I'll be giving it to you. Because your command is, I sing this one for you, yeah. You better obtain this. Music is for me and you. In your brain sustain this. These words I'm saying are true.
Yeah, you hear me? Kick it off, singer.
Babylon now want me use me imagination. So me take a look around on the situation. If the journey so bloody, check the destination. The world is in trouble, not only Jamaican. Babylon now want me use me imagination. So me take a look around on the situation. If the journey so bloody, check the destination. The world is in trouble, not only Jamaican.
Well, the best to use your enemy for a price. It might sound harsh, but it's the facts of life. Similar thing with Marcus and Jesus Christ. People you help, sell you out for peace and rice. No, every man about to the fire get up. Them not get no speedy response, think I turn him back. But remember me tell you, say one hand can't clap. Your plant violent seed, you are gonna reap bloody crop. Scientists believe in evolution. This and say things that reveal about the revelation. I'm more sorry for the next generation. God we not set up no preparation.
Babylon now want me use me imagination. So me take a look around on the situation. If the journey so bloody, check the destination. The world is in trouble, only Jamaican. Babylon now want me use me imagination. So me take a look around on the situation. If the journey so bloody, check the destination. The world is in trouble, not only Jamaican.
We argue and we fuss, but everything remain the same. I love you and you love me, it pours when it rains. A picture perfect painting, girl, I like to look at you. Oh, only you, boo, do me like you do. I love it when you put it in my way. Me da mama, sita, senorita, all day. You're telling me you got to go, I'm begging you to stay. Let me rock your words, show you the way. You know I never let you down. Shine and tell the world, you will always be mine. Every push, every pull, every eye contact we make, my love remain the same. My love remain the same. Every day, every night, every hour, every second of the year. I know you hate for me. I know you hate for me.
Take all of my money and squander down the drain. Fly to Panama to meet this young boy again. Make him influence her, we take a trip, go to Spain. Tell me how much can this girl be? Me say she come back from Spain, come back again. She not a movie stain, oh what a thing. Now of the audacity to see I passing. Talking about I only do, darling. Can I have a word with you and reply before you're talking? Me say girl you're too bloody, we can't. Me say what a woman, what a woman, what a woman, we can't. She a come cry back, she a come cry back for me. What a woman, what a woman, what a woman, we can't. She a come cry back, she a come cry back for me. Hey, but I don't want her anymore. Just the other day, said I ran into this beautiful lady. She asked me my name.
Back to the future.
Told her it's Egyptian. Immediately, she said, boy, I gotta give you something from her bag.
said, don't want you to tell nobody that I give it to you so easy. I said, with me, baby, you don't need to worry. She said, she never felt so right. I said, yes, baby, bring it on me tonight. She said, she never felt so right. I said, yes, baby, bring it on me tonight.
Might as well I tell you by the thoughts that I've been hiding. The list so long I hardly know where to start. Don't be offended if I tell you you're a hell of a kind of woman when you do something special to my heart. I see you as a queen and a lady. No ifs, no buts, no maybe. The only thing sweeter than my honeycomb. Oh, yeah. Keep up as that same queen and lady. Keep the standard steady. The only thing sweeter than my honeycomb. And now let me tell you what joy it is to have you. And no two people in the world could be the same. You provide me with inspiration. I know I'm in the right direction. You're always there, come sun, come rain. See you as a queen and a lady. No ifs, no buts, no maybe. The only thing sweeter than my honeycomb.
Here we go, breaking up what we have built, leaving out all the things that we have felt. Where was I before you came? And from the first time that I saw you, I thought that maybe I do something wrong. I tried, but the words won't fit the song. Found the door, but I couldn't find the key. And from the first time that I saw you, I thought that you may be. So don't throw it all away. I don't wanna be the one who's gonna have to beg you to stay. I don't wanna be the one to change your mind one more time. Please stay.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
SBG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station. Wake up with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.
Boy is a fool, you're ready to groove. You're whining away, yeah, you're whining away. For me feeling away, yeah, I'm feeling away. I must get a taste. I keep watching you put on a show. Girl, you're whining like you already know. All I want is one piece of wine, darling, yeah. Wine and have a good time, yeah. All I want is one piece of wine, darling, yeah. Wine and have a good time, yeah. I'm going when you go slide and let me climb in it. What our time in it. Just let me hold on tight and mind with it. What our time in it. When you go slide and let me climb in it. What our time
Hey girl, love how you're bubbling up. Keep whining, baby girl, don't stop. Just show off. Look how your body good. You're getting on 'cause you know your body good. Watching you put me in the mood. Girl, you are rock out and make sure they know this is your calling. Sink your back and you're all in, yeah. The mother can't do that. The mother can't do that. And it's sweet on the balling, like this might come from falling, yeah. The mother can't do that. The mother can't do that. See when you whine and bubble, roll and bubble, dip and bubble, twist and bubble. You know I can't do that. The mother can't do that. See when you whine and bubble, roll and bubble, dip and bubble, twist and bubble. You know I can't do that. The mother can't do that.
A secret kiss is the sweetest kiss. A secret touch is the sweetest touch. A secret wine is the sweetest wine. And if you don't believe me, then you gotta try. Undercover love, I got an undercover girlfriend. Undercover love, girl, find an undercover boyfriend. Undercover love, I got an undercover girlfriend. Undercover love, girl, find an undercover boyfriend. It's getting hot, 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 hot. The way you're touching me is hot, 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 hot.
Yeah. I'm so into you, mama, mama. And I'm really feeling your vibe. You make me want to subscribe. Woman, I had to follow you. Aha, aha. Just have to click the like button. And now I'm gonna leave a comment. Woman, you're simply amazing, amazing. And you got me falling, falling for you, for you. Yeah. And every night and every day, every time I make my way, I think about you. It's true.
Like in old time days, woman sweet and the music nice and it's rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, dub, rub-a-dub. Like in old time days, people dancing vibes on vibes in here. Rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, dub, rub-a-dub, dub, dub. Big people whining, girl, come inside of this dance. I tell you, rub up on it, hey. Rub up, when I hit the wild up thing, girl, then we go slow dancing. I tell you just, rub up on it, rub up on it. When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Heat me up, only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, and they telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss how she live. Girl, I'm coming home, I wanna see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, miss how she live. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a pot on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah. It's your cocotiella, boy. I barely could concentrate. I feel a sugar rush in my vein. One cup, it does make my day. I'm missing it when I'm gonna love for you. Heat me up, only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, girl, you are that thing I could never leave you alone. No, and no matter what they could say, I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss how she live. Girl, I'm coming home, I wanna see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, miss how she live. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a pot on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah. It's your cocotiella.
Don't mash it up, don't mash it up. But I like to hear it. Miss Oshinep, good morning. Debbie Charles, morning. Marine Richards, good morning to you. Bernadette Ryan, good morning to you. And baby, and my darling, and the love of my life, and one of, oh gosh, Tanya, when you start to cuss me now. Are you folks joining us away inside the 7 o'clock hour? Let's get this sharing going. Let's get it going. Hold on, hang on. No, I ain't had enough. That caffeine ain't strong enough. That caffeine ain't strong enough. I need the real thing.
You ain't too far. You can just rock down the road and get something better.
You mean the marijuana? I had some on in my bed there.
I might be a little racist. White stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. Buju, I hope you're listening, eh? I hope you're listening, Buju. Anyways, you in an island, and you know what they do. Soap powder. We're still waiting on them to come back. The Venezuelans to come back to answer their charges. Morning, folks. It's Tuesday morning. Winston, still good morning to you. Mary, Providence, good morning. Jambo, good morning. Where's my woman? Where's my woman there? Where Tanya? Could somebody tell Tanya to please sign in, please? George Valentine, good morning. Lauren Davis, good morning. Michael Roach, good morning. Yeah, Tam Dishong, good morning to you. Yeah, Rosemary Kirby, good morning to you. And all many more. Good morning to you. Desiree Francis, good morning to you. Shady Life, Kenneth John, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Kenneth. Shady Life. You know we do it. Shady Life, George. Well, I don't know you already. Shady Life, buddy. Shady Life. I'm not my usual self this morning, but we went make it still. You know how it is. Yesterday afternoon, I went to the gym, and that guy Lyndon James. You know, sometimes you look at people and you think that they're your friends, but deep down inside they hate you. They hate your guts. You've experienced that? Yeah, I experienced that with Lyndon yesterday. Actually, I am convinced when Lyndon James of Biffit don't like me. I'm convinced. Join the line. Another one of my friends who gone. Join the line. This man put me through some things yesterday. Hold on. Let me make it clear publicly to you, Lyndon, because I realized that you were upset with me yesterday, that I am not training to get into the army. Okay? I'm not trying to get into the army, Lyndon.
You might need it for this election.
Boy. That's true, because the slings and arrows will be coming from all sides. But Lyndon, I'm not trying to get into the British Army, the Navy, okay? So please stop training me for that, please, okay? The man had me boxing, kicking, pulling, pushing, lifting, jumping, walking, ropes. I don't know what the hell. What is this? Mr. Williams, thank you very much. And Mr. Williams from what's his name? He felt so sorry for me. He said, "Is the airport thing you talked about yesterday?" He felt sorry for me. Lyndon, oh gosh, man. I'm not trying. Listen, if anybody out there who want to get into the British Navy, please go by Biffit, please. Please. If you're trying to get into the army or we have a lot of Vincentians who joins the British Army, please, and you all need to get fit. Or go by Lyndon for me, please. All right? Because I don't know, somehow you probably feel that I'm trying to, that is what I want to do. Because my God, yesterday when I was finished, I couldn't even feel my toenails. Even my conscience and all was tired yesterday afternoon. Shady, please don't do that to me, buddy. Oh gosh, man. Help, please. I'm begging you. Help. Will somebody come and help me, please? Please. Thank God. Some beautiful ladies turned up there yesterday afternoon. My goodness. Oh, yes. My gosh. You know? And I was like, okay, I might as well die happy with a smile on my face. So at least let me look. Let me look at the menus. You know what I mean? All the beautiful ladies are there. You know what I mean? But Lyndon, please, okay? I am not trying to get into the army, so please stop training me for that, okay? Stop pushing me so hard. But you know, anyway, this is Lyndon. So what can you do? Be fit. The best place you can go to. You know what I mean? The best place you can go to. They've got every single thing there. You know what I mean? Every single thing there. All right. So check it out. I enjoyed it, except for the part where you were trying to kill me. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed it. I had a good night's sleep last night, except for the part where you're trying to kill me, Lyndon. All right. So don't worry. You're not going to try and I'm coming back at you this afternoon. And this afternoon, I'm charging up for you this afternoon. Let me see who you won the first round yesterday. Let me see who will win the second round today. There you go. Morning, folks. Listen, you know, as per usual, we got Chester's questions. Yeah? But that's coming up at 7:30 thereabout. Yeah, Chester's questions. That will be followed by Concer, the good Concer, our very good Concer, Jomo Thomas. Then that will be followed by, Ross Moses. You got all kind of names though. Ross Moses, the Prime Minister's press officer, the Candyman. I mean, you got all kind of name. You got all kind of name now. Yeah, that's 8:15 this morning. We continue. We go around. We got something coming at 8:30. I don't even know, man. Lyndon destroyed my memory, my brain. I feel I am hurt, Lyndon. I am emotionally and physically hurt. You got anything this morning? No, good.
We're good to go.
We're good to go. So we blazing all morning. Yeah, we're good to go. Yeah. And oh gosh, and you need to. I wish you were here to see what Lyndon did to me yesterday. But I am going to go after him again this afternoon. He's not going to. If he thinks he's gonna, he won the first. He won yesterday for the week. So this afternoon is my turn. In the tail. 3 o'clock sharp, buddy. 3 o'clock sharp. 3 o'clock sharp. Yeah. And please, if you think you're training me for the Navy, I'm coming for you. Lord, boy, I was down straight this morning. My back, my conscience, my foot, my toenail. There we go. All right, let me get Hammer, buddy. Good morning to you. Let's go, Hammer. Let's go. Let's get it over with quickly. I forgot. Let's go, Hammer. Let's go. Good morning to you, Mr. Hamilton. Good morning to you. Let's go, Hammer. Let's go. Let me get my energies going. Let me get my energies going. Good morning to you, brother. Good morning. Good morning. Shady. Oh, Lord, it don't start again. Good morning to you, my brother. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Bing. How are you?
Good morning, Brother Hammer. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Well, I told you about Trinidad, and it came true. Because I said to you, and I did to everybody.
You did. You predicted it.
Well, not just a matter of predicting it. It's common sense. If you have a science, you have people's opinion, and this is why no Pink Panther, no Cutlass Man, none. No put do with me in terms of politics. I've given myself. And let me say this again. I met a guy, he said, Bing, do you know Bing? I say, and tried to give me some bad things about it. I say, let me tell you something. I don't want to know because I didn't want to know about Ron. Don't say no bad thing about Bing. Why? Because
Rob is my friend.
None of them in the NDP. None of them in the NDP. None of them in the ULP better than Bing. Hamilton have faults. And of course sometimes, sorry to say, but I'm saying, hey, is that for me, what twist this is that? So I said about Trinidad because I said that the UNC, and you know what they tried to do? Similar thing they tried to do in Canada, and the Canada election went sour because really and truly there's no way the Liberals should have won. There's no way they should have won after what they did, the people with the vaccine mandates. But what they did is Trump would, if the Conservatives take over, Donald Trump would take away Canada from us. And these stupid people in Canada allow that party that has destroyed their democracy, treat them worse than Venezuela. And they're back in power again. But thank God for Kamala Processor. Because for me, I cried when she even spoke about marijuana. She said 23-year-old, and then you have to be careful with that marijuana thing. I mean, I say you shouldn't smoke it because you won't be doctor. But careful that marijuana destroyed our youth. And she said 23-year-olds. ain't going to get access to the marijuana. Because why? It is destroying the frontal part of the brain and destroying them. Call Dr. Marion Action. So we have a new change in Trinidad, and I'm saying, hey, that change should have come in St. Vincent. It can't come with Friday. Friday can't come test with the UNC. Maybe Mitchell and James and Eustace coordination before with credible people, Jerry Scott, John Hahn, not this bunch of and I go
No, don't call it. Don't call them.
So what I'm really calling you just read a little thing come up. Because no time is limited. So here's what I'm speaking about. Let me read this thing out because I'm not in any competition with any Pink Panther. All I'm saying.
How you get to Pink Panther now?
Well, I want to say yesterday I told you that he said that independent-minded people. And I called to tell you that there is really no independent-minded people. If somebody comes to your house and say, I want you to go on radio and tell lies and push propaganda and your daughter will get a scholarship. So what makes a person an independent-minded person? Go on Friday, Donald Trump come to you and say, I want you to tell lies and you will get $1 million. I will get you the children's car. I say, hello! And that is why I am on radio. So let me just read this out. Let me read this out quickly and come off. Argyle Airport won't open in 2018, and that engineer, you know, that export, Glenford Stroud, God bless him, because he spoke and he warned them everything from even building that cesspit. He said, don't build it that way. Warn the Cuban people. But then the great Gonzalo was influenced. They want to take time. And what happened the very day when you had that opening? Fill the place. That Argyle Airport was not compacted properly. So let me just read this out quickly. One, to build an airport according to Glenford Stroud, wind studies at the site for a period of 5 to 7 years wasn't done. Because this crazy man had built another part of ULP. And up to 2004, they were saying, no, we can't build an airport. 2005, when my mother went to a meeting and they discovered that the NDP was very popular, Gonzalo started to scramble, how we build an airport. With not even a proper wind study, 5 to 7 wind study, yes, sun study. Secondly, an economic feasibility study.
How about the airport working? You know,
no, it's not working. It is not working. It is not working. Jumbo jets. Let me tell you though, Jumbo jets, the biggest 380 can't land at Argyle. A 747 cannot land at Argyle. Because right,
did you measure the length of how do you know? How do you know?
Glenford Stroud, the man in his grave.
Glenford Stroud told you.
Glenford Stroud to be the man. Yes, you just listen to Candyman. Listen to man who do the research. They don't come in and just talking, so I stick it to experts. Glenford Stroud, the man in his grave, Ivan O'Neill warned them. The engineer from Cuba went away because he said Gonzalo was telling him no, it has to be built in the front. He said no, Mr. Prime Minister, it cannot be completed. You can't rush an airport. It has to be compacted properly. You want the biggest jets and the heaviest jets to land on it. Maybe after a while yet will not be able to land at that airport.
10 seconds, buddy, 10 seconds.
Thirdly, an environmental and social impact assessment. That airport was not, didn't go through the procedure. They said coalition of the willing, 280 million, 400, it's $5 to $6 million possibly in debt at Argyle. And I'm saying, nobody come on here, no Pink Panther, nobody has come on here to tell you that Ralph Gonsalves, you take them away from what is happening in the port and all of the other projects. Ralph Gonsalves has been controlling my family, controlling all the ministers, all of them in Braxton, policemen, all of them like my door. Ralph Gonsalves have to go. All right, the only way our country will fix. Ralph Gonsalves must go today.
He must go. Good morning. Hold on. Put on back my headphone. Good morning. Yes, good morning. I'm hearing you. How's it going? Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Morning as well.
Morning. I know I must applaud you for tolerating Mr. Hamilton. Because I guess that's the only way he could express himself, and you never know what a man going through.
Correct.
But sometimes you have to put a stop to Hamo. He can't be abusing people like the way he want to abuse people.
Who you abuse, Hamo? Who you abuse?
How
Who did Hamo abuse?
How Hamo reached that Pink Panther this morning.
So everybody just go in a Pink Panther now. Pink Panther is in the targeting dunk.
And I mean, he wants ULP have to go, and Ralph have to go.
And NDP have to go on Friday, have to go.
And NDP have to go on Friday.
So whoever on the
but I was applaud him for tolerating him because you never know where a man going to. And almost every other radio station don't take his calls, and a man could be frustrated. So I must applaud you. I continue tolerating because boy,
you just don't know nobody.
You don't know nobody.
People like that you don't know. You know.
Because sometimes you could hear it in his voice, that boy I don't get this.
Yeah. This is his escape valve. Eh? He look forward to this every morning. This is how
I'm not saying that sometimes he don't talk then. Right? He brings up valuable points sometimes. So he's bringing it over sometimes. Yeah, because as I said, you don't. But keep up the good work with the program. I continue to listen.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. What's the latest poll? Any updated polls yet?
Well, they are posing my inbox just for me to put them out.
Okay. Well, let's go. Let's go. Start Lyndon trading me. I don't know what he trading me for. I don't know if it's for elections or if it's for the army, but let's go. As about drop them.
All right,
my brother. Thank you. Cool. So, speaking about polls and speaking about elections, as you would know, I don't know if a lot of you are keeping up to date with what's happening, but Trinidad and Tobago. Wait, is WhatsApp ringing again? And we see it come up again? Come on, no. We gotta fix that, man. Trinidad and Tobago, put up the map of TNT. Let's show you what TNT looking like this morning after elections yesterday. Put it up, Shady. Put it up. Watch yellow. Look at yellow. Watch yellow. My God, Trinidad is yellow. Trinidad is yellow. The whole of Trinidad yellow. My gosh. Look at yellow. Look at the map of Trinidad this morning after the elections last night. After the results of the elections, look at the map on the screen. Come, all come. Come see the screen. Come in. Come in and see what we're dealing with in Trinidad. Now, I am not saying, I know what some of you nasty-minded people thinking. That is not what I'm saying. I am just giving you the result and showing you how the map of Trinidad and the constituencies looking this morning after elections yesterday. That's all I'm saying. I am saying to you, if you look at the map of Trinidad this morning, you would see how it's looking and the margin and the spread. Now that is what you call an election. That is what you call, what do Cutlass say? Cutlass, what percentage swing is that, buddy? Please, send me the percentage of the swing in that. What is the percentage? I see a message from my other partner today. What percentage of the map is that? Somebody said there was 2 elections yesterday. Let me see what's the other one. Give me the map. Send me the Canadian map now. Gosh. Canada Liberals won their 4th consecutive term yesterday. Canada map is red. What the Canada is red. Send me the Canadian map, nobody. Please, I beg you. Send me the Canadian map. I want the map. I want to see the colors. What a time. Well, what is that? Cutlass, what is this? What is this, really? What is this? You the man who have all the data and the calculations and the the swing, how much percent swing and the clean. But this is almost the cleans. This is almost. I mean, come on. It's like they just left back a little bit already to just think. Now in Canada, they say, oh gosh, clean sweep. The whole of Canada is red. What's really going on? Where is really? What here is really? The boys Tuesday morning, and I got things to talk about this morning. Is that him outside there? Who's that sound about there? Oh, no, okay, cool. I got things to talk about this morning. Lord, I have things to talk about this morning. Look at the map of Trinidad and Tobago this morning after the elections. Or you come and see it. Come and see it if you're just listening. Come on the live. Boom 106.9 SVG. That's our Facebook page live. And you would see it. You would see how Trinidad looking this morning. And of course, I'm waiting on my partner to send me the map of Canada to see how Canada looking this morning as well too. Lord. Canada red and Trinidad yellow. My gosh. Well, where are we going? How are we going to look? Well, we are either extreme. We are into extremism. You know, it's either. I don't know. I just don't know. St. Vincent, we are a special place. We are a special set of people. Who's that down there, Shady? Hey, don't know. That's. If you're not expecting anybody, you know, it's all right. We're a special set of people. We got Chester's coming up. Let's go. Light it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't shout. Normally I introduce Chester's question in a particular way, but oh God. Everything hot in me. I can't. Let me try it. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Let's get ready. Coming in all the way from the other side of the world. Weighing in at a 174 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, hitting above his weight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time. No, oh, Shady, stop. Shady, stop. No, Shady. Oh, God. Kid, come back, please. Please. Shady, we're going Pink Panther. This is Chester's questions. Okay, so I'll do it all over again. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in all the way from the other side of the world at a whopping 174 pounds, hitting above his weight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. It's now time for Chester's questions. That
is Chester's question.
But,
this is Pink Panther.
Okay, right. Okay, cool. Let's go. Chester's question. Let's go. Oh, Lord. It's Lyndon's fault.
Every action you take is like a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Every action you take is like a vote for the type of person you wish to become. This is Chester's questions. The word is identity. Identity. The question is, who am I? What is my identity? What is my national identity? What is my personal identity? What is my ancestral identity? What is my spiritual identity? Who am I? Your habits reinforce your desired identity. Many people, if not most, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines don't know who they are, don't know their identity. Identity becomes a political party. Me alive till me dead. Me NDP till me dead. Revealing that is their identity. Their identity is a political party. So whatever the political party does and is, that's who they are. There's no critical analysis, no thinking. I am just a slave to that entity. Your habits reinforce your desired identity. It is like a thread, like a rope, like a piece of twine when you plait it one over the other, those three single strands become one powerful strand. And a boat, a ship, a container ship cannot escape because those strands have been weaved together so powerfully. Again and again and again. Your habits reinforce your desired identity. When you vote for a political party again and again and again and again and again, for 24 years, your habits reinforce your desired identity. Every action you take is like a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So not only when you vote for one political party over and over and over and over again, you become that entity. You don't know anything else. And your personal, private domain becomes property of the party. Your brain goes down a political drain. Every action you take is like a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you make up your bed every morning, what are you doing? You are embodying the identity of someone who is clean and organized. It's not just about having a clean room and a clean bed. What you're actually doing is a much deeper process of identifying yourself as someone who is clean, who is organized. When you write a sentence, what you're doing is not only writing a sentence, subject, verb, object, you are creating a writer. You are becoming a writer. Every day we are in the process of becoming something or someone. Becoming, coming to be. Again, the question, the greatest question, to be or not to be, that is the question, the 10 most powerful 10-letter words. And the 10 most powerful 2-letter words, if it is to be, it is up to me. Your habits are how you embody a particular identity. When you read, you are recruiting knowledge. That's what you're doing. When you read, you are recruiting knowledge to join your army, like how you recruit a soldier to join an army. When you recruit knowledge, you are recruiting knowledge to join your army in the battle against ignorance, not knowing. You want to know, so you read. So the question now becomes, when you have recruited knowledge in your army against ignorance, are you going to use it to empower others? What battle are you going to fight with that army of recruited knowledge soldiers? In politics, politicians, and in particular the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who is extremely knowledgeable, who is extremely well-read. But the irony is that he uses the knowledge to depress, to denounce, to disintegrate, to denigrate, to delude, to deify himself, to cause distraction and doubt. I was shocked when I read that article where the quote-unquote proud sailor man was just putting down Travis Harry. And then when I responded to that, I was very upset to understand that one human being, whoever it is, would seek to put down another human being because, in their opinion, this person was wiping tables. And this person, therefore, because this person was wiping tables and serving other human beings, that they had not the right to criticize a prime minister. And then when I responded to that, the response, where I was referred to as a mulatto, again, made me realize, because I too recruit knowledge, made me realize that your habits provide evidence of the type of person you are. And the writer of that response, both the writer of Proud Sailor Man, denouncing Travis Harry and trying to belittle Travis Harry, which he failed at, And then when I responded to that, Proud Sailor Man's response to me, calling me a mulatto. And notice that Proud Sailor Man has not identified himself. I have identified myself. Chester Connell. That is my name. That is not who I am, by the way. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I am not Chester Connell. That's a name that my parents gave to me so that I could be identified in society as a Connell of this family. And this particular part of the Connell family, the one called Chester. But that is not who I am. That is not my identity. I am created by the Most High God. And that is my identity. A creation of the omniscient, omnipotent, omnibenevolent, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving God who created the universe. And my life is not my flesh and blood. My life is in alignment with the Most High. Let me tell you a little story about identity. Many years ago, decades and decades ago, just 21 miles to the north of St. Vincent, in St. Lucia, there was a little baby boy who accidentally ingested a toxin, a petrochemical, because it was left carelessly lying around by the people who had come to spray for cockroaches and ants and rodents. And this little toddler and 2 puppies somehow ingested a minuscule amount, a microscopic amount. The 2 puppies died. The little toddler became deathly sick. They took him to the doctor. The doctor asked questions. And when the doctor learned that the puppies had died, psychopath that he was, he told the mother of the little boy, he will die just like the dogs. What a thing for a doctor to say to a young mother. And the young mother said, no, doctor, you're wrong. My son will live. And the little boy, not yet able to read, picked up a book and said, a little diary that his father had, held it upside down. He couldn't read, but he acted as if he was reading. And he said 7 words, Dear Jesus, don't let me die. Dear Jesus, please, yes, he asked please, Dear Jesus, please don't let me die. But he didn't say me. He called his own name. He called his name. But the doctor said he would die. And guess what? He was apparently dying. He was just passing out all his insides because his body was decaying because of the toxin that he had ingested. And they were taking him home to St. Vincent, where he was born, to die. They took him home to St. Vincent, and his uncle, a priest, gave him final unction, which is one of the 7 sacraments of the Catholic and Anglican Church. The others being ordination, confirmation, baptism, and so on. Final unction. Preparing him to go to heaven because he was dying. Literally, physically dying. His body collapsing, decaying, deconstructing. He was on his way out. But something happened. I'll continue that story and continue the story of identity and what it means next time. This is Chester's Questions.
Wow. Mulatto. A mulatto. I remember St. Lucian Prime Minister Chasney was once referred to as a mulatto as well too by Prime Minister Gonzalez. I ain't shame, I call him a mulatto. So I don't know. I'm not saying those words sound familiar in writing. A mulatto. Shady, let's take a quick commercial break before we get into council. Let's do that. All right, let's do that quickly. Let's go.
Wednesday, April 30th, the night before the holiday. We're all heading to Rose Hall for the North Leeward NDP.
Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no money back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
Paddler's diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sip.
Needs. Join the KCCU family where your well-being matters. Medical insurance, personalized solutions, and more. From young to old, we're here for every stage of life. Stop by or call us at 457-2409. We're here Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Visit our branches in Mesopotamia, Bequay, Canawan, and Union Island. We're everywhere you need us to be. Your financial journey starts here. KCCU, with you in mind. Plain Talk. Plain Talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Now time for him. Kong, say good morning to you. He's back. Guys, bring him forward to me, please. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Kong, where you? Where you? All right, bring him forward. Please switch it. Switch it. Yeah. Good morning to you, Council.
Good morning, Bing. Good morning, Shady. Most of all, good morning to your listeners. Bing, I want to talk about something that I think is really problematic with our discourse. And unfortunately, I think many of us are guilty of it. And I think that you are guilty as well. And I want to give an example of what I'm talking about. Yesterday, before I got into my substantive contribution commentary, which dealt mainly with the troubling developments in Burkina Faso, particularly as it relates to the attempts of the Americans, the French, and other European countries to frustrate and eventually overthrow the government, the people's government, the popular government of President Ibrahim Traore. When I came on, you were talking about problems at the airport. And I offered a 2 cents, as I try to do on these issues. And I made the point that, part of the difficulties we may have is that we have one strip and there may be difficulties in keeping up with the wear and tear. And that may explain some of the problems that we are having. And I finished that, and you didn't question me in it, you didn't quiz me in it, you didn't complain about it. But you waited until I left. And then you said, well, I don't know where council going with that defense. Council is making a defense because Grenada has one airstrip and Barbados has one airstrip and Trinidad has one airstrip, and I don't hear of any problems. Well, for one thing, I'm not sure if we are paying attention to what happens in Grenada, Barbados, and Trinidad in much the same way as we pay attention to what's happening in St. Vincent. I don't know if there's any coverage in the Trinidad, Grenadian, or Barbadian newspapers or in social media relating to erosion difficulties on the airstrip in these countries. But I found it sad, quite frankly, that you took my commentary as a defense of the government rather than an explanation of a reality. Now, anybody who knows me would know that I am not a defender of the ULP. What can be certain is that I am a defender of the nation's honor. I don't subscribe to the foolishness that people are running down the country and making the country look bad, because I really don't know how can someone run down a country and make it look bad. If there are things to be criticized, there are things to be criticized. If there are things to be highlighted, there are things to be highlighted. And there must be criticism and they must be highlighted. But we have gotten to this sad state in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and maybe this is what is causing that crippling, paralyzing effect. We have gotten to this sad state in St. Vincent and the Grenadines where everything that is written or is said is scrutinized for some kind of political complexion. So if I were to say that the airport is an important piece of our infrastructural architecture, someone may take that to mean that I am defending the government, rather than to appreciate what I'm saying, that it's an important addition to our infrastructural architecture. which it is, which you admitted it was yesterday. All of us, Vincentians, particularly those of us who travel into North America or beyond, or sometimes even if you're coming back to the Caribbean, because it may be easier to travel to North America, to travel to Miami, if you're going to Haiti or Belize or St. Martin or Turks and Caicos, rather than if you want to take one of the airlines that ply the Caribbean routes. So we have that kind of difficulty. And I think that all of us need to try to avoid that problem where we put each other into silos, where we label everything that is said or done in political color. Because when we do that, and I'm not here talking about me, because nobody can stop me from speaking or saying my piece, to talk my mind. But when we do that, we wonder then, why is it some people, particularly certified, note that I didn't say educated, certified individuals, persons who had an opportunity to go to school, get an education, many of them are either reluctant or afraid or downright don't care to share or to lend their expertise with the nation for fear sometimes that they may be improperly labeled. And that is a problem for us. And I know that it's probably going to even get worse now that we are in what Dr. Adrian Fraser famously calls the silly season. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I am hoping that people with responsible positions like you would take if you have a shade with something that someone says, it is better to engage that person and to find out why you're saying what you are saying. And it may even be proper to ask, are you defending a position? Because the person might well be. But it's not for us to assume that the mere articulation of a view, which may ally with the opposition New Democratic Party or the governing party of PM Gonzalez, that view which ally with either side is an indication that somebody is supportive of the side with whom their view may ally. Because, someone said some time ago that assumptions are the mother of all efforts. And I remember in another life, it might have been early 2015, I was doing house-to-house work in Bottom Kittels. And we were part of a group. There might have been 6 or 7 of us going around canvassing. And we were being vehemently told, don't go to that house, don't go to that house. That is a NDP man, you don't waste your time to go to that house. It must have been like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon or a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We are told, don't go there because that's an NDP house. You're going to waste your time. Now, my approach was that I was going to go to every single house in South Leeward. I'm going to leave my paraphernalia. I'm going to leave my pamphlet. I'm going to try to speak with the residents. Anyway, as we got closer to the house, blaring from the house was the Star Radio, and the person was listening, or the person had their radio on Star Street Beat. Now, it is highly improbable that someone who is a strong supporter of the New Democratic Party would be blaring Star Street Beat so that neighbors can hear it even before they get into the yard. So I use that to say that sometimes positions which are expressed, positions which are articulated, may not necessarily be a position, even though it aligns with that of a political party, because I presume that's what you thought I was doing when I said that there are certain problems which we had. In fact, I did say that we have to try and correct whatever problem we have. We have to get the best practices and do that. But I guess that went completely over your head. And you thought that, or you felt comfortable to say once I was gone, because I remember asking you what you thought should be done, and you didn't answer. But when I was gone, you felt it proper to comment and to give the impression that I was defending. Why are you defending a position? In fact, the mere statement that I was defending a position give the impression that it was improper to defend a position. And you can be sure that certain positions, whether it is a position which is articulated by the NDP or is a position that is held by the ULP, is worthy of defense. And people should feel comfortable enough to defend or articulate whichever position they want to defend or articulate. But more importantly, I think that the conversation which we should have, and I addressed this point a little bit more in my column this week, the conversation which we should have is a conversation devoid of politics, a conversation that you can talk about policy and issues without putting a political flavor to it. In other words, policy should inform our politics. Some people think that the politics must come first. But if something works, even if it may not be something that you support politically or ideologically, if it works, that may be something that we want to hold high. That may be something that we want to embrace. That may be something we want to implement. So I just wanted to present those thoughts because I think that they're important for discussion going forward. I remember years ago, I had a conversation with a political heavyweight in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who said to me that there's no distinction between policy and politics. Well, that indicated to me that person was very, very uninformed or obviously misinformed about what politics and what policies are. There are clear and distinct distinctions between a policy and a politics. But to that political heavyweight who's still around and wielding a lot of influence and power, there was no distinction to him. But I think that the conversation which we ought to have should be a conversation that seeks to educate, that seeks to annoy, that seeks to create or to evoke all of the human emotions. Because in doing that, I think we get to a place, particularly if we control our discourse, we get to a place where we can learn from each other rather than talk across from each other without really listening. We can learn from each other, understanding what everybody is trying to say, with the hope that at the end of the conversation, all of us, well, hopefully most of us, would benefit from that conversation, that we would learn something. And I just wanted to put that out there. You can take it, you can leave it, but it wasn't directed at you. I just thought that I would use you from what happened yesterday. For all of us, I think, can benefit from such an understanding. That's my take for this morning, Bing Joseph.
Okay, Kongsa, thank you very much for your commentary this morning. Catch you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, right here on OMG in the morning. Shady, let's go to the top. It's gone past 8 o'clock. All right, it's just gone past 8 o'clock. Let's go to the top.
SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station. Wake up with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.
Why? Yeah. Baby, can you rock? The way you whining in your frown. Oh, baby, please don't you go stop. And in my mind, I did the math. You can have my keys, but you cannot take my soul, baby. Don't take the roof, but you can have my floor, baby. Don't make no move unless you know that you're sure, baby. Nothing to prove. I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say sexually, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I love how you love, how you love, how you love me, baby. Yeah. Sexually, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I love how you love, how you love, how you love me, baby. Yeah. I love how you love, how you love me. I love how you love, how you love me. I love how you love, how you love, how you love me, baby. Yeah. I love how you love, how you love me. I love how you love, how you love me. I love how you love, how you love, how you love me, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Baby, can you rock? The way you whining in your frown. Oh, baby, please don't you go stop. And in my mind, I did the math. You can have my keys, but you cannot take my soul, baby. Don't take the roof, but you can have my floor, baby. Don't make no move unless you know that you're sure, baby. Nothing to prove. I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that I say I am. Yes, I am the man that the man.
You're my queen. You're everything I need. You're my queen. I'll be a king, my love is real. Like a river meets a stream. Ooh, girl, you're my queen. You're everything I need. You're my queen. I'll be a king, my love is real. Like a river meets a stream. You want more than money, baby, sweeter than honey. You're a natural beauty, baby, you're the best. I feel so blessed to know that you are mine. You're my queen, you're everything I need. You're my queen, I'll be a king, my love is real. Like a river meets a stream. Ooh, girl, you're my queen. You're everything I need. You're my queen. I'll be a king, my love is real. Like a river meets a stream.
6 minutes after.
OMG in the morning, lighting up SVG on Boom 1069.
Shady, we're not in sync this morning at all. We're not in sync this morning at all, Shady. Lord.
Blame Lyndon.
My God, you see me keep falling on my head? It's because my head still hurt me from yesterday. So we got the Rasmoses to come. That's the press officer in the Prime Minister's office. He's been waiting for you for over 2 weeks now to come back. I hope you have all of his things them. Because he said he sell your things and he couldn't take it that you were off. You did sit down in the office because you can send home and all of these things. So you're back now. So let me see what you come in with this morning. You know, I got some things I want to share this morning. I got some videos I want to share this morning. And I'm wondering if I should do that now or I should do it after the press officer. Because once I get into it, I won't stop. I'll keep going. And I don't want to go into his time because it's some things that I really wonder about where we concern in SVG, right? One of them is something that I heard in House of Parliament yesterday. My gosh. But then let's wait and you will hear and you will see and you will wonder if St. Vincent is a real place. All right? So what we're going to do before we get into Ras Moses, before we get into the press officer, let's take a quick commercial break so that we're going to get going and we get him done and then we get going when I start my thing. Because I find these days I don't get time to breathe, like exhale. I don't get time to get the stuff them out of my craw. So, you know, I want to start doing that back more now. So after him, I may take a call off or two and then I will get into what I want to get off my chest. So let's take a quick commercial break and we come back and we get going right here at OMG in the morning. Let's go, Shady. Let's go.
Imagine a night under the stars, the glow of city lights.
Let's go! Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself, beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride, not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run, it's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you. And economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Yo, this is Matt Scott bigging up. Boom, 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 boom. 106.9. All you know we.
Remember you can't see wheel. On his bill. Robbers! Captain! Set the sail! Set the sail! Set the sail! Set the sail! Wild pussy! Wild pussy! Wild pussy! We got him done! We got him done! We got him back wet! We got Jana one! Make it! Wild pussy! Wild pussy! Wild pussy! We got him done! We got him done. We got him back wet. We got union. Me get it. Well pussy. Well pussy. Well pussy. Well pussy.
Them Southside girls say them want selfie me. Then say come and bet with you go get well pussy. So I jump in a speedboat, me and Ochi. From we touching at the harbour is well pussy. Southside.
Well pussy.
Harbour.
Well pussy.
Friendship.
Well pussy. Well pussy.
Clifton.
Well pussy.
Ashton.
Well pussy.
Kingston.
Well pussy. We got him done. We got him done. We got him back wet. We got Jana one. Me get it. Well pussy. Well pussy. Well pussy. Well we got him done. We got him done. We got him back wet.
Lyndon.
Union. Me get it.
You have one job to do, buddy.
Well pussy. Well pussy.
One job you have to do.
Say she just
You have one job to do. It's to get in touch with your partner. The one who went to it to buy some more shoes. This one. The man who taking trips now, who flying out. Not catching feelings, but catching planes. To buy those gun mouths. Strange looking shoes.
So later down, me go put her in a coma.
The way sweet and she tell her Selena.
Lyndon,
Selena go write all the.
you have one job to do.
Job to make she walk cleaner.
Let's dance, folks. Let's dance. One job you have to do on mornings. Don't know where is he coming in. He's coming in WhatsApp. One job. Where is he? But Lord, what is this at all? The man have one job to do. One job. Oh. Here comes. Let me start the craziness. There you go. Let me start the craziness. There you go. Wait there.
Where here is really?
Wait.
Where here is really? Come to the landline. I'm trying to call the landline again.
No, we want you loud and clear.
You want me loud and clear? Well,
yes.
Get this loud and clear. I'm back.
A lot of people are not happy.
Yeah, all the crazies, all the mad people them. Watch madness now. Watch run up and down this morning when I'm done with them. You're going to see madness this morning. But first, tears came to my eyes yesterday morning when I heard that my comrade Shady was reinstated, given back his job after he was victimized, ostracized. All the eyes.
All they gonna know about that, you know. You're the one who got that going, so.
You don't know about that.
All they gonna know about that victimization and all these things.
You victimize Shady because he's a labor man. Put the man out of a job.
I said them to sit down up in the office next to you because he just walking. It seems like he working for you.
I just watch. One phone call it make some boy give back Shady his job.
If you
Don't
only,
it's good to have you back.
If you don't,
Ben, good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother. Good morning.
I fed up at your party claiming other people's victory. Every time somebody wins an election, they jump up like it's theirs. I mean, the guy win for himself. The only place you help us win is in submission. We don't win anywhere else. We win here. Oh, the guy win all the whole election. Oh gosh, every time somebody win, and they claim it for their own. Grenada government change, they claim it. Trinidad change, they claim it. You see what's going on, Grenada? But Jamaica, you remember when Jamaica changed? You see what happened in Jamaica? Yeah. Jamaica's next. Oh gosh. You remember they had left. I remember they had left St. Vincent, leader of the opposition then was Eustace, and went to St. Kitts. Bing, you remember? To campaign
Don't
for
come my
Timothy
name.
Harris.
Don't come my name.
You remember? Harris win from the time Harris win, Harris leave and come to me to meet Ralph. Because Harris until because Harris, imagine you associate yourself with one of you guys. Oh gosh. I mean, we not only won victories. And I tell you, I see them jumping up and down and they celebrating Kamala Prasad Bissessa's victory. That is not why I intend to deal with this morning. But I can spend about 2 minutes dealing with it because it shows the hypocrisy of the NDP and the lack of conviction in the words which they say. They are really desperate, and when you hear them talk, you know that they don't ever mean what they're saying, right? Because here is the NDP this morning celebrating the victory of Kamala Prasad Bissessa in Trinidad. I'm drawing parallels with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right, because why? Because Kamala Party is yellow. That's it, you know. That's the entirety of the sophistication of the thinking of those people in the NDP. That's why you can't take them serious. But then you know the NDP lost in Canada. If that is your logic, you know the NDP lose in Canada yesterday, right?
Come up with these things, really.
It's not true. the NDP and the Conservatives lost in Canada. That is true. If that is all the logic, I mean, we don't want them kind of logic. But if that is all the logic, NDP lose. So this is a losing year for NDP. In 2025, NDP can't win. And it have more Vincentians in Canada than it have in Trinidad. So you don't know already. We see people who are NDP no way. But I mean, let's draw some parallels, right? There's the NDP and Simmons telling you, Simmons is going to be prime minister too old. A man in his 70s. He's too old to be prime minister. They say, look around the region. All the other prime ministers are young. All right. And then what do? They're celebrating and telling us we need to do like Trinidad, who just elected a woman in her 70s. Same like Ralph. They don't believe this nonsense they just be talking. They're celebrating now, they're telling us, yeah, we should be like Trinidad. You know? They're saying, oh, one person shouldn't be around so long. Kamala Persad-Bissessar was prime minister. Was last prime minister over 10 years ago. Okay, 2004, that is going to be her third term coming up here. And she already did 2 terms as opposition leader. So 25 years of Kamala Persad-Bissessar. They ain't got a problem with that. They're celebrating that. And they're telling you, we should not do that in Simonson with Ralph. They have no conviction. I mean, these people have no shame. But they only see is yellow. And yellow is the code. Listen to me. I'm telling you, I bet you, as practiced year and year before, the NDP is going to steal every slang, every song, every tactic that they see from Trinidad. They're going to copy it because that's all they do. They're a bunch of copycats. They have no critical thinkers. They have no original thinkers. Everything you see they're going to do is either with Chinese people tell them to do, the Chinese overlords, or with the same Trinidad. I bet you nothing original. All right, so let's get to what I really like to talk about. Shady, this morning I want to lay bare the shamelessness of the NDP. No, the shame of the NDP. I'm going to deal with the shamelessness tomorrow. Today's shame, right? I remember last week, Ben was on the radio and Ben took them to task for promising to hold meetings of the Public Accounts Committee and not holding such, right? And my friend Major Leacock, he felt bad. I know he felt bad. So he decided to go and clear up his name yesterday. Shady, play number 1.
The word Public Accounts Committee has been raised here over and over again, but it's 24, 25 years. And he has done nothing, absolutely nothing, to bring rules to the House to allow that committee to function. And he's on record as saying he will not participate unless there are defined rules. Now, whether or not we want to raise whether the leader of the opposition has not been availing himself of the opportunity or X, Y, Z, the fundamental issue, because I believe it should be called, is that he can assist us by bringing regulations that will facilitate those on that side of the House to participate in a meaningful exercise, because this past due that the Public Accounts Committee meet in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Full stop.
Honorable.
Major really say that? Major said that?
I can't hear the clip. I can't hear the clip.
Major really said that? It's finished. It's finished. It's finished.
That was yesterday in Parliament. That was Major in Parliament yesterday.
No.
That was Major.
No. After Major. Wait.
After coming and boom and promising that they will hold meetings of the Public Accounts Committee.
No.
Because they know there are no impediments.
I have to give Major a private call. I have to call Major private to find out what really going on. Which Major Leacock is going to stand up today? It seems like no.
Well, everything that's bad, the speaker provided a response, and I want to give you the speaker's response. Play number 2. Play number 2.
About a year or so ago, this issue was raised in this honorable house. I believe it might have been around January, February, somewhere thereabouts, or maybe a little before. I researched the point as to the necessity for specific rules as it pertains to the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. I believe it was raised by your good self, Honorable. I beg your pardon? You had given me a copy of a draft. Very well. Thereafter, I did my research accordingly, and I then wrote to the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, which he acknowledged. I indicated that the current rules as they exist, whereas perhaps we can do more, but they are sufficient for the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. Thereafter, no, I went a little further than that. An opportunity arose, and the Honorable Leader of his opposition is there. He'll bear me out, I'm sure, for training in Trinidad and Tobago. It was, Madam Clerk? And we made all necessary arrangements for members of the House, for selected members of the House to attend, including the Honorable Leader of the Opposition. It was brought to my attention that the Honorable Leader of the Opposition in other circles made very glowing remarks about the training, for which I was happy. So it is incorrect to say that there must be these rules. There's no necessity for the rules. Will the rules be a plus? Absolutely, perhaps. But the, as you put it, absence of the rules, and I'm not quite sure that the rules are absent per se, it does not prevent the Public Accounts Committee from being convened. And that has been made very clear and communicated to the goodly chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, the Leader of the Opposition.
Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
You hear that? All you hear that? You had a guest on your station a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the week before last week, Travis. And you asked him a specific, and you said, do you talk to the members of the opposition? And he said, no, not really. But he said, when I talk to them, I get the impression that they don't talk to one another. You remember that? Now, here's Leacock. He's getting up to say, we need his help. And the speaker has to inform him that more than a year ago, I called Dr. Friday and I told him that the questions that you, Major Leacock, raised about rules, needing rules and so on, that's not true. You all can go ahead and have your meetings. She said, I even went further and I organized for the Leader of the Opposition to go to Trinidad to get training, which he did. And he came back and he bragged and boast and said, I went to Trinidad and so on, and I trained how to operate and hold meetings of the Public Accounts Committee. And then I subsequently wrote him and assured him there are no impediments to holding meeting of the Public Accounts Committee. So how Major don't know? How Major ain't know anything? The Leader of the Opposition has not said a word to Major Leacock about these conversations he was holding with the Speaker of the House. No wonder Major had to come on radio and say something completely different. They're not talking to one another because Friday knows he ain't want to do no work. You want to collect his salary and be lazy. And then so Major Leacock says, well, and Friday get up, he said, we did try to hold a meeting already, and the Prime Minister said we're not holding because of there are no rules. What do you mean there are no rules? Well, the Prime Minister had to clear that up. Play number 3. Play number 3, Shady, please.
Are rules, though they are not codified in any particular standing order in relation to the Public Accounts Committee or any legislation specific to the Public Accounts Committee. But there are rules, and those rules were utilized by me when I was Leader of the Opposition. And for the Honourable Member for Central Kingston to say that I said that I wouldn't participate until there are rules. That's not true. I never said that. Never, ever, anywhere. Indeed, I said to the contrary. The issue was there were some draft rules when there was a one-party parliament, elected, but a one-party parliament. And they drew up some rules, never approved by the parliament, draft rules. And they continue to refer to these things. And the rules were not of a kind which I think would pass muster. You have to go back to the drawing board. The Honorable Leader of the Opposition again distorted what happened on the very last occasion. Distorted. Madam Speaker, the occasion when that Public Accounts Committee meeting was called, I was not there because I was not a member of the Public Accounts Committee. I was at the time the Minister of Finance. And they sought to have the meeting operate on rules which were drafted, which were never approved by this Honorable House. How can you have a meeting called with rules not approved by the House and call them rules? So we must speak truthfully to the people.
Over to you.
Yes, sir. Is it finished?
Yeah. Over to you.
Oh, okay. So in other words, this sham that Dr. Friday keep talking about, that the Unity Labour Party administration blocked him from holding meetings of the Public Accounts Committee. Total sham. Total scam. Nonsense. He as leader of the opposition, and this is why the speaker chose to send him for training. He realized he don't know what's going on. So send him to get the thing. Because he found some rules somebody had proposed, written down in a book long ago, which Parliament never passed, never approved. And he brought them to say, these are going to be the should operate by. And obviously, you can't do that. And since then, since he was told he can't do that, he never tried again. So Friday got clear his name. All I know, Friday got clear his name, right? And I think it's only fair that he clears his name. So Shady, for the next one, number 4.
Much maligned chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. I think I am entitled to say something about this. Madam Speaker, we have had discussions of this in the past. I've been in this Parliament when the Public Accounts Committee attempted to meet, and the meeting was terminated because of objections from the government side. The Prime Minister said that they've had meetings in the past, but I'm sure nobody objected to the proceeding based on the absence of rules. That happened. I was in the Parliament. But here's the thing, Madam Speaker. You have said that there are no objections, there are no impediments based on, never mind the objections that were made in the past, and the fact that nothing has been done since those objections were raised. You have now given us your word that there is no impediment to proceeding. So I am relying on your word, Madam Speaker, as we proceed on this matter to call the Public Accounts Committee, and we shall see how it proceeds. Thank you.
One last word.
Hold on. Over to you, but before you start back, boy, wait. Travis says, on the grounds and in light of this new evidence, we demand the resignation of the opposition leader with immediate effects. Oh my God.
You ever see more mess? I mean, you ever hear more nonsense? Shouldn't Dr. Friday have just sat in his seat yesterday in Parliament and keep his mouth shut? He really get up to say that? He really get up to say that? And he want to tell me, once upon a time, the Prime Minister had made a statement. And he said, there are certain things I don't lie about. I may lie about certain things. And the opposition have always used that Oh no. Bing, you know any man who never lie? Let's tell you Friday never lie. Never lie. I rather trust a man. Because I know that is honesty. I rather trust a man that tell me, yes, I have lied in the past. Because that is every single man. But the opposition try to convince you, Friday never lied. Well, I can't trust that. You hear Dr. Friday get up and say that? And the speaker had to rebuke him. Shady, play the next one. Play the next one, Shady.
My position and the direction that I have verbally given today was communicated to you over a year ago. There's no impediment, nothing at all. So it is not that you, if you wanted me to reaffirm my position, as I would have communicated in writing, over a year ago, I'm happy to do that. But the position remains the same and there are no impediments.
Over to you.
No impediments. As communicated to you and as written to you, he knew there are no impediments. And get up to say, well, since the speaker saying so now, yesterday morning, the 28th of April, 2025, since the speaker telling me now I will try to hold a meeting of the floor. Now I will try to do my job. Now I will try. After almost a decade as leader of the opposition, no, I'm going to try to earn my money. No, I'm going to try to do something. I tell all you, if you have a lime tree plant in Vermont and you pick it up and carry it in Mespo, it ain't going to be guava. Friday is lazy. As leader of the opposition, he ain't going to make a hard-working prime minister. And everybody who has worked with this man tells you he's lazy. And when you confront him about his laziness, his lack of performance, his political impotence, he lies and tries to cover it up. And the speaker says, but more than a year ago I told you this. You don't have no impediments. So you're coming here now to say I want to tell you this morning in front of everybody. Or tell them kind of like something. And just for the people who want to jump down my throat this morning, all you people who hearing it fall instead, I stand up to you and say this by Friday. Well, the final clip this morning is more than a recording from more than a year ago. This is Dr. Friday on Nice Radio in his own words more than a year ago. Play it, Shady. Play it.
The speaker, as I mentioned some time ago, and in the House, the speaker has taken an interest in it herself, for various reasons, and has written to me and said that as far as she's concerned, there are no obstacles in the way of having these meetings, and that the rules can be, whatever rules there are, we can apply. So I am going to take that as a go-ahead, that this is not going to be any obstacles in the party government. We'll see.
Over to you.
Oh, Lord. All fall down. This is what we have. So over a year ago, he knew. And he says, yes, the speaker called me and the speaker wrote to me and she said, hey, no problems. So he says, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to go forward. I'm going to call these meetings now. I'm going to do my job. I'm paid over $150,000 a year. And a year later, he's done nothing. And when confronted, he didn't communicate to poor Major Leacock that the speaker told me and so on and everything is good. We could do this thing. He didn't communicate to Leacock, have Major making a fool of himself. Poor Major, I'm sorry for my area rep in the House. You say nothing to him. And then when Major gets up and he's told, no, that's not the case. Instead of owning up to it, instead of him apologizing to Major, no, you want to lie on the speaker and lie on everybody else. This is Friday, right before your very eyes. This is what I have for leadership in the opposition. And this is why, come 2025, all they could celebrate UNC all they want. His licks and his 6. You know how many clips we played this morning? 6.
Somebody get this guy.
What the
out
bill
the
me know?
radio. Somebody get this guy out the radio, please. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What the bill me know?
I'm out. Thank you very much. Change that instrumental again, me, please. Let me get rid of this guy, please. Would somebody please? Would somebody please? Shady has something there? Shady has something for me there?
Yeah.
You ready for it? Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. These things don't make sense, eh?
Leader of the opposition is given that over.
Hello, good morning.
Hold it, Shady. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Is this Lavon?
Hey, yes, this is Lavon.
Good morning, Lavon. I'm doing well. Shady, good
Shady,
morning, good
how are
morning.
you today?
Shady, you're
Lavon,
begging for a walk.
good friend.
You're
No,
begging for a
Lavon.
walk, buddy. You're begging for a walk.
Yeah.
They don't have to walk. They have
Shady.
Millennium Kid
Shady.
and what the other one,
Lavon.
Cap One. We're going, Shady, you can't be on two sides. Eh? The man just come on and calling you comrade. Now you, Jesus Lord, boy.
Bing, I want Shady to be on the winning side. Siobhan John is having a live in Magum next week. And Shady on radio, I want to hire you to come because what?
Shady, tell her.
This
Tell her who
is
she
a
a talk
train that nobody can stop, eh? This is a train that nobody can stop. So I want you to come with us up to Northwind Road. Let me know now if you're free enough. And don't let Bing tell you to hike up the price because Bing is a type of man. and for Bing, what I'm going to do, you see when I'm watching Boom in the morning, that little red glasses, they start to get to me. So Bing, when me and you going to do,
You
I'm
gonna get a
going to
yellow
come
one.
look for you and together, we're going to go and we're going to buy a new one because I'm fine.
It sound
I'm
like
fine, I don't like whales.
but it sound like Candyman just put a spoke in the wheel of the moving train.
Now, one of the things that I think is beyond Candyman, what he missed this morning, is what he witnessed taking place there is strategy. Now, we know that the ULP has a track record of not saying true to their word. The ULP, no matter how you dance around this point, Bing, the fact and the records of Parliament will show that the ULP stopped the meeting of the Public Accounts Committee. We all agree here that the Public Accounts Committee should meet, right? That is not in dispute. We agree on that. What is fundamental and cannot be disputed is that the ULP stopped the meeting of the Public Accounts Committee. That never happened under an NDP government. And they stop it on the basis of, oh, you need ways in which to operate this and that and so forth, right? That never happened. This ULP government has a track record. Even when it comes on to private member motions and so forth, no matter what the NDP puts on the other papers, because of the fact that they have a simple majority, Shady, the music is competing with me. Because of the fact that they have a simple majority, they bully their way through Parliament. This is why, for example, you would have this and put forward a motion of no confidence and it's not carried. So what we have done yesterday is get the speaker to come and publicly say that she has written and she will allow it to go forward because this ULP government, and we have seen it, they have a track record of dancing on a pin and moving, and for the mere fact that they have a majority in Parliament, they do as they please and they do not stick to their word. So what Major has done is stay true to his word of saying that we are going to go and we're going to get things in order. And part of that is ensuring that the record is there, that the ULP cannot step back and stop this. And furthermore, what Candyman needs to be able to also acknowledge is that you need to be able to be prepared to have this. You have to study the report from the Auditor General. What Candyman is not saying to the people is that for the 20 odd years that the ULP has been in office, they have never once had the report from the Auditor General on time and in place for the government of the time. So, for example, in the 2020 Parliament, you did not have the reports from the 2015 all the way up to 2020. What were we going to go for the first time in this entire years in which the ULP has been in office? It is only in this term that the Auditor General's report has been on time. So, Candyman, you must come with the facts. So you're coming and you're distorting the situation here. And what you're not admitting is that the Auditor General's report, which is the essence of why the Public Accounts Committee meets, they are not on time. So, okay, you say call it. But for what reason? What are you guys hiding? Why you always ensure that your government cannot be held accountable by having the reports ready? Candyman, it is a fact
Hold on.
that your government is the one that stopped the meeting of the Public Accounts Committee, that the NDP has said we want to have it, and that we have now come and ensure that we got a public declaration by the speaker, so that when we call it in the next coming weeks or months, that it will go forward, because the ULP is known for stopping every single motion that is on the other paper of the New Democratic Party. That is what you call strategy, Candyman.
But Lavon, from what I just heard directly from the mouth of the speaker, she said that a year ago, thereabout, she told the leader of the opposition to go ahead and have the meeting.
What I'm saying to you, Bing, and we have seen it. Is this not the same ULP government, notwithstanding that the rules of the House allows faith? Is it not this same ULP government that stopped a motion of no confidence?
No.
Answer me is a yes or no question, Bing.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yes, but that was under different. That was under different speaker. But you can't, and this is something I'm gonna deal with this morning. You can't use something that was done by Councillor Jomo Thomas as speaker and perceive that this is going to happen with the.
No.
And let's don't mix our apples and oranges. We're speaking about the Public Accounts Committee. The speaker clearly said yesterday that she gave permission over a year ago, to have the Public Accounts Committee meeting and dismissing all those so-called rules. So what is the problem?
Bing, you are not listening to me. It is the ULP government that continues to block this. And so the NDP has strategically come and said, listen, we need to hear you, so that when we come and we bring it, you cannot backpedal it, and you cannot fault the NDP for wanting this public declaration, because then we have seen this from the ULP time.
Okay,
and
so
time
you got
again.
the public declaration yesterday.
So the public missing the point of all of this, that it is this ULP government that has failed over the years to bring the Auditor General's report. You can't just go and come and call things.
So you own are you saying that the only time? Are you saying, Lavon, that the only time you should have the Public Accounts Committee meeting is the auditors is if you have the auditor's report? That's the only time?
What is that?
Are you saying that the only reason you should have a Public Accounts Committee meeting is if you have the auditor's report? Is that what you're saying?
But a fundamental and major part of this thing, because that is how you get to scrutinize government spending. Otherwise, we're going to meet and do and discuss and go through. And remember, Bing, you have to be able to serve some and public servants and so forth. So when Candyman and them come on and trying to dance around the fundamental issue, it is not in the way in which they're presenting it.
But the Public Accounts Committee meetings are not just about scrutinizing public spending. It's also about dealing with other things that are happening in the country.
Hello?
Yeah. I'm here, Lavon. I'm here.
Hello?
I am here. I'm hearing you.
As I've said, and what you have seen from Dr. Friday saying, listen, let us get this thing going, because the track record of your government has shown that because of a simple majority that they would block it. And so I think that what we can agree here, Bing, is that the New Democratic Party and the leader of the opposition has now gotten a public commitment, and thank God for the first time in the 20-odd years that the Auditor General's report is ready, because they failed at a matter of transparency and accountability for the first time, Bing. So what we should be asking is, what have they been hiding in all of those previous times? So Candyman, I think that when you're coming to bring the facts to the people, that you should bring it in a correct and coherent way. I mean, this is the first time in your entire government that you have the Auditor General's report being on time. So that is the fact of the matter. This government is known for blocking every motion by the opposition that is on the other papers, and that is a fact, Bing.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with the Public Accounts Committee meeting.
It does, because, Bing, if it is by the simple majority again that they do not wish to move forward, then there we go again, which is what has happened in the past. Now that we have a public a public
Declaration,
commitment on
declaration.
then we will go ahead and we will proceed.
Which the
But we
speaker
cannot
said she
pretend.
told the leader of the
But we
opposition
cannot
a
pretend
year
in
ago.
private chambers. But we cannot pretend, Bing. We cannot pretend that we do not need to have a public commitment.
That is
from
nonsense.
these
So
people
okay then. So
because
okay,
Bing, no,
Lavon, hold on. Let me
Bing,
just say something,
Bing,
please.
you agree
Please,
with me.
please,
You
please,
agree with
please. Let me just say something. If that is the case, why didn't the leader of the opposition try to have this meeting after he was told by the Speaker of the House a year ago? And if they block it, come out and say, listen, the Speaker told me to go ahead, and now I'm trying to have this meeting. It is being blocked. Why that was never done?
Bing, the leader of the opposition wrote to the Speaker of the House. The very first part of a response from the Speaker deals with the rules of the House, and these are things that are necessary. And as I have said to you, Bing, it is the first time in this party's annual peak government sitting that they are on time with the Auditor General's report. There are different things that needs to go, and her letter specifically deals with rules. So we would admit that that is a fundamental step that needed to take place. And now that we have this public commitment, we move ahead and we get the Public Accounts Committee going. And one of the things I think that everybody should look forward to is saying, listen, now that we have this, we're going to look to the opposition to ensure that it happens. I think it is right of the opposition leader to have written to her and ensure that he gets this commitment. And I think it is right again of Major to raise it in Parliament so that we ensure we have it also on the public record. And now that we have, for the first time in the history, the Auditor General's report being ready, we proceed. Those are the facts. There's no need being to be sensational about
no. Okay, well, I just want to get something clear. So when Major spoke previously about we come in here and we say that member, and we still don't call and we go to sleep. So he wasn't aware that the leader of the opposition was waiting for public declaration.
I'm not following your question, Bing.
Major made a public statement in Parliament, right, saying that most times, almost every year, we name members to go on the Public Accounts Committee, and it never happened. We go to sleep. Are you saying then that he did not
use those words that people go to sleep?
Well, you're calling on the WhatsApp, right? You're calling on the WhatsApp, so you won't hear it. You won't hear it. I'll play it after. I'll play it after you get off. But make your point. Go ahead and make your point.
Bing,
Go ahead and make your point.
All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, the way that the Public Accounts Committee works, you have to be able to go through the Auditor General's report. It is a fundamental point that this ULP government is known for the mere fact that they have a simple majority to block motions and block anything put forward by the NDP and by the opposition. And I believe that it was fundamental and right that the NDP does the strategic thing of ensuring that we have a public commitment from the ULP that they will not block it, because you can check the Hansard, you can check all of the other papers, and the record is there to show that they have a history to consistently, time and time again, block any motion that is put forward by the opposition. And I am happy and I welcome the fact that they're saying at this point, and publicly so, that we can move forward. I think that is the important point here. And I am happy as well, being that for the first time in 20 odd years that you can actually go through the Auditor General's report and hold them to account, because we must remember that, if you really look at how the auditor, the Public Accounts Committee works, Bing, you have to be able to go through the report to identify specific problems and summon public servants to answer the questions. So it was a necessary step. And I am encouraging Vincentians in the same way that we are here today, Bing, looking to and asking of the opposition, because we have to be fair and balanced to ensure that the Public Accounts Committee is met. That in the same way that we must remember that this is ULP government that had to go and retroactively put things in place for Petro-Carib funds. This is the same ULP government that we're asking what happened to the $90 million that's missing, and we still haven't heard about that yet. So there are questions that we too must hold the ULP accountable for. And I think that all of this goes into overall governance and transparency and accountability that we need in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is part of good governance. So I look forward to the speaker facilitating the meeting when Dr. Friday calls it very soon. So that's my contribution this morning, and I look forward being a regular caller and boom now that I'm going to be hiring Shady, because I think that might have been the problem. Shady.
Boom is a platform that's open for everyone. We don't discriminate against anyone, okay? There are people who have segments. There are people who have segments, right? And beside those segments, anybody could call. Anybody could call.
It's even open to Hamo, and I'm happy that you give him that.
No, anybody could call on OMG. I tell you that. I've been saying that for forever, right?
Bing.
But when you are Shady, if you are Shady, there are many people you have to go through to get Shady. But many people you have to go through to get Shady, boy.
Like big.
Watch, I want to tell you something. You know, you're my neighbor. You ain't too far from me. I was going to come for you Sunday to go up to Owe, you know.
No.
Wait a minute.
No. Me and all the NDP people, no. Me, the kind of word all the NDP people just give me one morning and the next morning, all they love me. So I don't know what mood all they would have been in on Sunday. So I said, let me keep myself safe. One morning all they just love me. Next morning it looks like rain. So I had to play it safe, and I said, you know what? Let me stay home Sunday. Let me stay home because I know what mood all they gonna be in.
Tell me I can't invite you somewhere.
Well, I don't know what more the people that you're going to be among with will be in. So I have to be safe. I mean, so anyway, you, Shady,
I would walking with me safe.
So I have to walk with you to be safe among NDP people. That doesn't sound good, Lavo. Oh gosh, Lavo. That ain't sound good. Shady, I hope you hear now. Shady, I hope you hear it. You're on record. We recorded. We just recorded it. Shady, we're going to play that back every morning, eh? We have to play it. We're going to play that back every morning.
I want to leave you guys with this morning. Conroy had his office opening last week. We have Kesha Shallow opening not one but his second office in North Leeward tomorrow. And I tell you something,
Kesha's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy. Kesha's my boy. Kesha Shallow's my boy. That's my boy.
And Thursday, Dr. Friday having a boat ride to Beckway, and on Saturday, Kesha Cupid is opening his office in West St.
Who should we send this bill to, really? Who should we invoice? Who should we address the invoice to?
The momentum in the NDP is building, it is buzzing, and I mean, this is the year to win with the NDP. When I was up there at the cricket, that a woman would say to me, "Bye. I'm telling you, like me from Sandy Bay, me did vote for them last election, but you see what Chevron doing here, me could come and
this advertising that you're doing here, all you want to pretend because it's Louise, all you feel I ain't gonna send your invoice, huh? I ain't gonna send you. Don't feel you ain't gonna get invoice because it's Louise, you know. I didn't get instructions from her.
And as you mentioned, Louise Bing, I'll leave by saying this. I'm so happy to be working with Louise as well as we move forward.
All they didn't want her. All they pitch you it. But anyway, we could talk about that. I hope to hear you. I'm hoping to hear you call regularly after Candyman from now on. I hope to hear you. We take all calls here. We take all no. We take all calls here. Outside of people who have segment, if you call.
I just be messaging. He sometimes and ask if they block my number, so me know what you're trying.
Well, Shady's a comrade in us. So. All right. All right, cool. Well, listen. What Lavon said there, I am baffled. I am still because I don't know if, but Travis, boy, I don't know. You have a pick. You have a crystal ball because Travis said it seems as though these people don't communicate. It seems as though these people don't communicate. So Major didn't know that the speaker that Dr. Friday was informed by the speaker over a year ago that he could go ahead and have the accounts committee meeting and these rules does not apply. Major didn't know that. Shady, play me major, Shady. Shady, I said play
Leader
major.
of the opposition. is given that oversight role to get the public accounts committee up. He simply name it as a formality. I have 5 members, you have 3 members. Name your 5, name your 3. And we go to sleep. And then we play tug of war. Come on. It's time that this country become a real place.
Not a real place. So Major didn't know that? They don't talk according to Trump and call it your life. Come on.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, good morning. Hey, buddy, bring punch up. Switch, Shady, switch. One time. He's searching, he find it. Let me go. One time. Let me go.
Bing, are you not upset?
Boy, you that's a rhetorical question, buddy.
Because I'm getting the idea that you're enjoying this. I want Vincent to understand what just happened. You just saw an excellent PR presentation, and you just understand that the NDP PR has absolutely no clue what she should be doing in an election year. The only call she should have been making this morning is to announce to us when is the date and time for the Public Accounts Committee meeting and get off the phone. That's it. After such a presentation by Candyman, that is the only thing she should be calling in to say, or don't call at all. Dr. Friday was sent to Trinidad. My God, I'm ashamed. On the expense of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Taxpayers.
To train how to hold the Public Committee meeting. And not him alone. Other members with him. Bing, if you know anything about politics, as an opposition leader, you should say, boy, this is a setup. As soon as I get back to Vinci, I call in this meeting. They setting me up. And to come back and relax, and you go to Trinidad, you enjoy your nice hotel, you enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner from taxpayers. The same money that you're supposed to call this committee meeting to have explanation to the public for. You know something, Bing, the more I think about this, the more I get pissed. If Dr. Friday has any class whatsoever, he submit his resignation today. Candyman may have just won this election for the ULP. There is no... If the ULP is smart, moving forward every day from now until election, all they have to do is play those clips. And I'm promising you the 33% independent-minded out here who don't support no party will know exactly what to do after watching those clips. Because I am convinced right now, standing on my feet, that Dr. Friday does not possess what it takes to lead this country. Lavon is saying that the report from the auditor is always late. Who cares? If it's supposed to come in January and you get it in March, who cares? Whenever you get it, call the meeting. So what? You're supposed to get it in January and you don't get it. So for the whole year you don't call the meeting because you get it in March.
But you don't. But as far as I'm concerned, you don't. The accounts committee is not just about that. You could have a meeting about finding out what's going on at the port. You don't need the financials to have a meeting about the port. What's going on in North Leeward? You don't need the financials. What's going on at the hospital? You don't need the financials.
Being the more I sit back and I listen to these people, I see why Vincent reject them election after election. This party needs a complete restructure, and I'm talking from leadership down. Today, if they have any class whatsoever, the leader and the PRO will resign immediately. Candyman has just requested it from their hands. And I don't think they understand what Candyman just do. But let me tell them, Dr. Friday, Lavon King, you were totally destroyed by Candyman today. Just in case you didn't know. Bing Joseph. I must give the public and the voting bloc of St. Vincent and the Grenadines credit today. I now understand what they have done in the past 5 elections and what they might very well do in the 6th. This current party as structured is not ready for this country. You are losing an election because the ULP has the power of the purse. And the one thing that you could do to limit how much power they transfer to that purse, you are not doing it. Then you don't want to win. ULP beat you because they got money. Nothing else. They got money to spend around a time like this. You could hold them to account by calling that meeting and calling it as regularly as you can and ask all the right questions. And there are people out here, independent-minded thinkers out here, has to be pushing you. For Christ's sake, the Speaker of the House book a flight for you, pay the hotel for you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you to go and learn how to convene this meeting. You come back and a year has passed and you still haven't done it? Let me tell St. Vincent what that means. That means that Dr. Friday should submit a resignation today as leader of the opposition. He's an elected member to Parliament to serve the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He has failed on that job miserably. He should resign today, with immediate effect. I'm calling for it. And you might ask, who am I? I'm a citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Born, navel stringberry here. And with that, I'm out.
The highest office in the land. And he has a right to. So do you. You can call and say your bit as well too. If they don't have an agenda, you can give them an agenda of a list of things. Why the roads in Calico taking so long to complete? What's going on in North Leeward? What's going on with the sinking port? I have a list of things I can give them to find out. Call, good morning, your life.
Thing is not just a call, it's bigger. It's bigger.
Bigger morning, buddy. Morning, buddy.
Good morning to you, Shady. Good morning. You know, it's really amazed me every time. Bing, and look, Chavez just said it there about the setting up part. We must realize to ourselves that these are people who are able to swindle an election out of one of St. Vincent's best politicians, Sir James. A victory, I could say. And that is one of the reasons why I could never come on here and say anything against Dr. Friday and his team. Hey, why? Lavon just said there that the Speaker of the House is saying that she would have given that instruction to Dr. Friday to have that meeting some time ago. Was it done in public? Was it done in public? That's the question I want to ask. Yesterday, it was done now in public yesterday now. These people, how we never heard
But bigger, why must it be done in public? Why must it be done in public?
Because it's the only time and only way you could only hold anything against Ralph for them. I know
No, but in the House of Parliament, the Speaker controls what goes on. If the Speaker said that she sent you for training on how to conduct these meetings, you know, I've always said, after that first motion of no confidence, why haven't the NDP brought back several motions of no confidence against this government? Why? Even though you know when you lose, the records will be there. On the ground, the people will support you. Why haven't why have the opposition have not brought back motions and motions and motions of no confidence? Keep them busy with it. Why not?
Bing, I heard you said about the house just now there. You know, I have a document in my hand that was done in the house there too, where this government admits that they did wrong to us and they would fix it, but up till now, fix it enough. But don't worry, we will get to that later. We will get to that because I'm telling you, we know how these people operate, and nobody could never tell me that I should ever believe anything or go with anything that Ralph them say. You know what I mean? So let me go back to what you were saying just now there. My brother, we have to know who we are dealing with and be very, very careful. If that is not enough for we to say we can go throw the NDP under the bus. Because, my brother, we have to remember that we have a government that are in place that they are nothing but a set of swindlers who will do anything at all to make sure, look, let me look by the port. Look by the port down there. You heard they had a meeting and with FM Sunday. Did you get anything from that? That you go in terms of the port? When we see the port, the water getting more and more bigger in the port. That is how these people and we could never get the truth out of these people. So for me, I will prefer to stick with the NDP because I am not going to jump into the big water with these people.
Bigger, if you sit
my brother.
back and nothing will happen. This morning, I showed on the screen the map of Trinidad. It is almost totally yellow. You know why? Because the opposition constantly brought motions of no confidence against the government. They were coming so fast and so quick that Dr. Rowley decided he had to resign because he felt that, listen, the people don't need they don't think he had a mandate anymore. It's not about in the house, but on the ground, in the streets of Trinidad, the people, based on the leadership of the opposition who keep bringing these motions of no confidence, decided that they wanted no more. And Dr. Rowley decided, listen, I know I ain't going to win this, so let me don't even fight up. And he stepped away. You brought one motion of no confidence in 24 years. One, and you lose it. The government, Rav Gonsalve, the man he is, turned around and decided he's going to bring a motion of confidence, which I never heard in mind. So argue the motion. That doesn't give you a right to not argue it because he said it is now should be a motion of confidence. So argue against it.
You answer the same. You answer the question that I was going to ask you just now because we brought the no confidence motion and it was turned into one of motion of confidence by the ULP and was accepted. So then you want to go along the same road, but the strategy is Dr. Friday is on the ground.
Bigger, you know you're not going to win a motion of no confidence because you don't have the numbers. But you have the numbers. You keep saying that you are the most popular party. You're the party with the most votes. On the ground, in the record, in the Hansard, it will reflect that the opposition have been bringing motions of no confidence. That is where Trinidad is where it is this morning, You know how many motions of no confidence they brought? But anyway, I got calls coming in. The phone line is going crazy.
But just before I go, let me ask you a question. But those no confidence was they accommodated in the house in Trinidad? Not true. They was not accommodated.
They did not win. They did not win. But that didn't stop. That didn't stop the opposition.
But they was allowed to be debated, right?
Even though it was allowed or it wasn't allowed, that is to your benefit as well. It is the optics of it. The opposition should come out and say, listen, these people are trying to erode our constitutional right, the Constitution of St. Vincent. Every time we try to bring a motion of no confidence, they block it. Do it. The ground game, you will win the ground game. Anyway, I got someone else on the line.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Good morning, you're live on the WhatsApp. Good morning, you're live on the WhatsApp.
Yes, Mr. Bing.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. I've been wanting to also listen to me. Trinidad democracy is democracy. St. Vincent democracy is a hamocracy. Hammock. When you meet up people like Ralph Gonsalve, a man who is hard for dead, a man who is pretending that he's a God man, but he's doing a lot of things that God is opposed. Candyman ain't win me. Travis ain't win me. After 24 going 25 years in a democracy, we want back democracy. So we want a change. We want to change. If the ULP stop the thieving,
Caller,
let
me say something for you. Let me say something for you. No, let me ask this. Let me say something. Okay, go ahead. You finish. Speak. Okay. You see, people like you're not going to stop voting for the NDP, correct? You are going to continue to vote. Hold on. Okay, no. You will vote for the ULP. You will vote for the NDP. Hold on. Don't preempt me. Don't preempt me, please. Don't preempt me.
How many times I voted NDP?
No. You will. Okay. In the next election this year, you will vote for the NDP, right?
I am going to vote the NDP in the next election.
Right.
So but you can't tell me about a man like me. I vote in democracy, brother.
Okay. So your democracy. You're right.
This is a democracy. Supposed to be a democracy. But we have a democracy.
All right.
So regardless
are we going to have a conversation?
Watch me. 25 years, Mr. Bing. You hear me? It's enough. Whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. We want a change. We fed up seeing and hearing Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. You hear me tell you? So we want our democracy to be restored. So whether Dr. Friday had a meeting or don't have a meeting or no motion of confidence, we have seen all what the ULP have done for 24 years, sir. And we are fed up. Vincentians are fed up. Only the ULP supporters were not fed up, but some of them, they fed up. And I am saying to you, sir, in this 50th or half of the 52,003, this third millennium, we're going for change. You understand me? Whether the ULP build ULP, if he build it for the ULP, well, I could understand that, but he built it for St. Vincent and Grenadines, and that's what I'm looking at. The more stuff, if it built for the ULP, well, you wouldn't get me in any way, but it get built for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I am fighting for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not the NDP, not the ULP, but as a Vincentian, I love my country before party. So whether I voted ULP or the NDP, I am saying to you, me not going to stick to NDP if NDP do stupidness. You understand me? Me is sticking with ULP because
my friend,
I am sticking.
My friend, are you hearing me?
Vincent and the Grenadines.
Are you prepared to listen to me now? Are you prepared to have a conversation, or you're gonna just have a long monologue?
I don't know if you're familiar with this voice, but I'm familiar with things that you would have said to me. I am consistent. You understand me?
Well, let's have a conversation. Okay, you won because I don't want to talk after you finish so you can't defend your position. I want to have a conversation with you. I am saying to you, all right, that you will vote for according to your democracy, which is NDP, in the next elections, right? Nothing is wrong with that. All right, I have said that we should not be in a position where one government should be in power for so long. However, the people that is going to win the elections are not people like you. You don't make up your mind. The people who are going to win the elections, hold on, are people in the middle. Hold on. Listen to me, who are going to win the elections. And this is why you see things happen the way they happen. The people who are going to win the elections are the new voters and the swing voters. The swing voters, those are the ones who you have to convince, not people like you who have already decided how you're going to vote. Because no matter what you say, that's where you're going to go. There are people out there. These are the ones.
You don't have my mind, so you can't.
But you just told me you're going to vote for the NDP.
You convinced because of what I say that I am going. Listen to me.
So how are you going to get democracy according to you? According to you, how are you going to get democracy?
I am an independent thinker. Sir.
Okay, so how are you going to get democracy?
Me not controlled by no politician. Me controlled by the spirit of the Holy Ghost, brother. The spirit of God. You understand me? My decision is based on godliness, not on no ULP, no NDP. So when you come with the foolishness I talk about convincing, you can't convince me. I could change anytime and vote who I want. But I know I live here long enough. I am a Vincentian that is long enough about when it comes to politics. And I have known clean and stinking dirty politics, which we are now enjoying. Stinking dirty politics is what we're enjoying right now. We're not there for that. You understand me? So whether Travis pleased with Dr. Friday or Dr. Gonzalez, I am saying to you, St. Vincent is based on democracy and not hamocracy, brother. I'm an independent man, so let me let you know that. No politician can convince me not buy me.
Are you finished?
Because for me, I will eat them out. I will drink them out because I'm drinking with taxpayers' money, not theirs. And that is me. I finished. Thank you.
Have a good day, my brother. I like to let people talk.
Country belongs to you
country
too.
belongs to you too, my brother. The country belongs to you too. I like to let people talk. Call, good morning. You're live.
Shady morning.
Oh, Lord. Tag team, boy. My boy. Tag team is nowadays. It's nowadays.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Getting so big now.
You know, I come on, I don't leave the best for last, man.
All right, my brother.
Come on, no, man. And you know, like a man to flame, you never catch me this man. You expect me to call her now. You being expecting me, my voice this morning. Eh? Listen, let me just jump straight into it because I don't have much time. But here's the thing. I agree. I will agree with you. I will agree with Travis. I will agree with Candyman that there should be a calling of the Public Accounts Committee. I agree. I fully agree. We've had this conversation before. As a matter of fact, I've spoken on it here before, where I even said the leader of the opposition should call the Public Accounts Committee every Friday, every Monday morning, and put it out there publicly. Every time you send a letter to them, put it out there publicly. But there are things that underline.
And emotional no confidence. Don't forget to put that in too. Don't forget to put that in.
Okay, let me go with the vote of no confidence someday. This works, and it doesn't work. We've just seen 2 elections last night. I've been invested in both Trinidad and Canada. As you say, votes of no confidences, they may have worked in Trinidad, but we have seen Pierre Poilievre. I don't think there have been more vote of confidences against one government as we have seen the opposition Conservative in Canada doing against a sitting Prime Minister and government. And they still lost last night. They still lost. So I'm going to say this here thing. It's all good to bring these things. But how deep will be the understanding of the people listening to these things? Now, here's the issue. And we can't run away from this thing. There has been a mess up of our constitution over and over and over and over for the past 24 years. The constitution says that every end of the fiscal year, the director of audit must come to the House of Parliament and present the audit to the Parliament and to the people. One single one that the director of audit was brought to Parliament and said we don't have the power. This ain't no, we're not getting numbers for a year or 2, you know. We weren't getting numbers for an entire sitting of a government. The entire term of a government, done and gone, and another one come and almost done, and you can't even catch up for the first 5 years of a sitting government, our finances. Again, I am not taking away from the responsibility of the opposition to call a meeting of the Public Accounts Committee. But if we remember, and I will go and look for this clip, and I have people who will help me look for this clip. When right in the House of Parliament, when this matter was raised, where Julian Francis, then and there sitting as the Minister of Works, he spoke about not sitting in any of these things until there are proper rules. Now, I don't know if I'll listen to the same clip. Hold on.
What was the response of the opposition?
The response of the opposition then was, we tried to call it and you refused to come.
Well, so what if you don't come?
Wait. Me not done yet. Hold on. I agree with you, Bing. I am not saying... Wait, no.
Sir James once telling you politics is a chess game. It is
of course it is. Of course it is. Bing, that is why I said to you at the beginning of this call that I've said before, if I was in the shoes of the opposition leader, I would have been sending a letter for the Public Accounts Committee every single Monday morning. You refuse. And I would have bring it to the public. But here's the other part of this thing, that you didn't leave me to finish. I'm wondering how many of us actually listened to the same clips this morning. Because here's the Prime Minister admitting that some rules were brought, but they never were passed by Parliament. They were never passed by Parliament. And there are two fundamental things that you should have taken from the Prime Minister's response. One, he was allowed under an NDP government to bring all that he wanted to bring during his time as opposition. He was allowed. At that time, our constitution and our democratic practices were being followed. Now, we have seen where everything, even a private member's bill, is not allowed in the House. We see these things. Again, I am not running away from the fact that the leader of the opposition should call a meeting of the Accounts Committee. But here's the thing then. As you said, the Accounts Committee is not just about the numbers. There are other things that you could bring. But these things are raised in Parliament also. These very, very things that you mentioned this morning, they are mentioned every single time in Parliament. As a matter of fact, Ralph Gonsalves himself, earlier last year, was on NBC radio, laughing, saying he basically know all of the questions going to be brought by the opposition because every minute is road. Every minute is why this not fix, why that not fix. You see what I'm saying? So we keep on having these things. You remember when Major brought in the House the issue of special accounts, special ones being used without parliamentary approval? You remember that? They admitted to it. Then what happened after that? We keep on doing the same thing. All because of a parliamentary majority. You see? So at the end of the day, our monies are being used. And as Lavon said this morning, this is the first time ever in 24 years to have updated audits being to the House. But all of the times, we got one entire, as a matter of fact, from 2010 to 2015, there were no audits between 2010 to 2015. After the 2015 elections up to 2020, there were no audits from 2012 to 2020.
Can't we have with the limited time we have remaining?
Okay,
hold on. So what are we going to do? We're going to just continue. We're going to continue around the road. Going down the road.
Now that there's been a public admission again by the government. Here's what I'm going to say again, Bing. I am not going to take away from the fact that the leader of the opposition should have been, even though you know then what happened, put them out there. As you say, it's a chess game. It's all about optics. And Vincentians only see optics. Most of us don't delve on that. So people like me and you, Travis and others, who go deeper, sometimes we are the ones who have to bring the things to the people who don't dive. So here's the thing, and I said it, and I'll say it again right here. If I was the leader of the opposition, okay, you might have been late off the mark, but every Monday morning, listen to me, we need a meeting of the Special Accounts Committee. And we're not only going to have a meeting of the Special Accounts Committee, it's going to be aired live. Let the people, this is not something to be hidden. Let me see, bring the public servants, bring the director of audit, and everybody bring them to the public. Let me hear it. This is the people's business. This is not just people inside business. This is the people's business. But before I go, I heard a little board whistle about parliamentarians want a raise in salary. I have to be crazy. Yeah. Don't forget the greedy bill that Ralph for them run and bring and been campaigning against when Mitchell was in office. And that helped to topple because people say, oh, they're greedy. But the same greedy bill don't pass under Ralph. And nobody not see it, eh? They not see. So now you want to tell me that with all of the suffering of Vincentians, of civil servants, can't get a proper raise over the years, can't get a reduction in income tax. You want to tell me parliamentarians with the big pension, the big gratuity and everything, they want more money to add for that to get bigger gratuity and bigger pension? We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Please do.
Have a good one, brother.
You too, my brother. Please do. I am appalled. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. My gosh. Well, if we go in on the way, on the trajectory, we will never have a change of government in this country. I am appalled. I believe somehow that there are some people in the NDP who have some deal with Ralph Gonsalves. That is how I have to put it. I cannot believe that what I'm hearing from, I didn't get to listen to Parliament yesterday. I can't believe what I heard from those clips. I believe that there's a deal between some people in the NDP with Ralph. First of all, I'm of the opinion that after the loss of the constitutional motion in 2011, the NDP should have won the election. But we threw it away. Well, let me don't say we, because Candyman going to come on and say, you NDP, you NDP, you NDP. Right? But it was thrown away. I am appalled that the leader of the opposition was sent to Trinidad, to a classroom paid by the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Buy ticket, get per diem, house and feed. Over a year. And while that is done, come Shady. While that is done, like, he didn't tell, nothing was told to Major. So this is what Major said. This is what Major said. Listen to Major.
Leader of the opposition is given that oversight role to get the public accounts committee up. He simply name it as a formality. I have 5 members, and you have 3 members. Name your 5, name your 3. And we go to sleep. And then we play tug of war. Come on. It's time that this country become a real place.
Please, thank you, Major. Call good morning, you live.
Ben, good morning. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine. Morning, Shady.
Morning.
I want to ask you a question this morning. What does the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines want? Do they want a change of government, or they want to retain the government? Because I have been traveling throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and all I'm hearing is the cry for a change. But what I don't think a lot of persons are paying close attention to is who was Dr. Ralph Gonsalves before he became the Prime Minister. And I believe we all know the answer to that is that he is a trained criminal lawyer. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is being governed from a courtroom standpoint whereby Dr. Gonsalves, as a trained lawyer, anybody who is bringing evidence into the courtroom to bring his defendant to a guilty verdict, his primary responsibility as a trained lawyer is to discredit that person who is bringing that information, to show that you cannot trust the information that is coming from this person, this witness. This is how St. Vincent is being governed right now. Anybody who tries to bring any information that is truth, the Prime Minister will try to discredit that person. We see that experience as recent with Travis. And these are the things. If we want a change, it doesn't matter what the government chose into the pot, into the water to muddy it or to sun up your cooking, whatever is being thrown should be ignored.
because it is a strategy that move the government.
Based on your narrative, there's something called Defense Council, eh?
Yeah, there is Defense Council, right? But the fact is, what Channyman did this morning is exactly what Dr. Gonsalves would do. He come and show something, and you all run with it and say, well, oh, Dr. Friday should resign, and Dr. should... That is just a
Who you all
strategy.
run with it? Who you all run with it you're talking about?
Well, I am hearing the comments. Dr. Friday should resign. Dr. Friday is incompetent. Whether he's incompetent or what, we are looking for a change. You make the change, and then if later on you have to change Dr. Friday and put somebody else, so be it. But we are looking for the change.
Who do you have to convince to make that change? Who do you have to get to make that change?
You have to convince the people.
All right.
You have to convince the people. Let me stop running down. Let me stop running down the government.
A change ain't going to come just like that, you know.
Right. Well, let me hold to. Let me look for the change. Let me look for the change and stop beating up on the opposition and what the opposition should do from what they should not do. Let me hold to the fact that we want to change. If we have to change,
there's certain mechanisms that needs to be in place to help to facilitate that change.
Yeah,
and we need to understand that
either we want a change or we don't want a change.
But how are we going to get there? You see, there are people, and I keep saying, who wins the elections are the swing voters, not the ULP diehard voters or the NDP diehard voters, are the people, the independent thinkers, the swing voters, the new voters. Those are the ones who you have to convince.
Right.
Not people who you know for sure who you're going to vote either way.
I agree with you, and that is what he was explaining to the caller just now, and try to explain, and he started to get irritated. It's not him who is already convinced to himself that he's not going to change vote no other way, but the way that he's thinking is those who are undecided. But at the same time, behaving the way we're behaving is not helping the undecided ones. We're just telling the undecided ones is either you remain undecided or just one vote for ULP. That's what we're doing. We want a change, so we work towards the change. Whether they muddy the water, forget about them, stay in the clean water. Don't go in the dirty water. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. We got to take a quick commercial break because we got Dr. Richards coming up. If we don't take it, we won't get it in. All right? So let's take the commercial break. When we come back, if we get some time, we have some more time before Dr. Richards. We're going to take the calls because the calls are coming in on the WhatsApp. And there's one right there now that's been calling for a while. I'm sorry you've been calling for a while, but we're going to take a commercial break and come back. And if you're still calling, we'll take your call. And those of you on the fixed line, if you're still calling, we'll take your call. Shady, take me with some commercial.
Wednesday, April 30th, the night before the holiday. We're all heading to Rose Hall. Let's go!
Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Young girl, no one that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane. We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that. Boom 1069. Hands on your knees. Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
that.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I embark on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Age,
sex,
orientation, gender identity,
religion, class, political opinion,
or any other status.
We are all Vincentians.
All Vincentians
treated equally in dignity, rights, and respect.
A message from Equal Rights, Access and Opportunities, SVGA.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, covered their company in Vincentians?
that understands your unique insurance needs. Metro General Insurance Company, we invest 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrocent@vincisurf.com.
Building construction and maintenance presents its complications. Lane's Home Vision is your agent of support and solution. From conceptualizing to execution and completion, we will manage your project at no cost to you and can undertake any job. From small repairs to general renovation and full construction.
Contact us now at 784-493-3411 for your consultation and hear about our exciting offers awaiting you.
Before we go to Doc, I just want to let you know, hey, SVG Digicel is turning up the heat, literally, yeah? Want to win a brand new microwave? It's easy. Just activate a 2-day plan or higher, and you will be in the running to win a brand new microwave. Imagine popping your favorite snacks in style with your brand new microwave. Yeah, no more coal leftover. Yeah, all you gotta do is visit the cell in Kingston or Beckway today, and get in on the action. Stay connected, stay winning with Digicel. And hey, Union Island, you know, action, ready for a deal that turns up the heat as well? Switch to Digicel today and get a free 7-day plan plus a shot at winning a brand new stove. Oh Lord, Union Island. Oh Lord, I know you can do that. Yeah, stay connected on the island's best work and walk away with a kitchen upgrade. It's that simple. Just head to Digicel Union Island store, make the switch, and you're automatically entered to win. Yeah, I tell you what, it's now that time to get Dr. Richards in. Let's go. Is he backstage? Yeah. Is he backstage? All right, let's go with him. He's backstage.
Let's check in with the doc. Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Good morning to you, Doc. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, man.
Hold on, Doc. Hold on. Whoever's controlling the room, can you please get it the way we normally do it? Because sometimes they see you in the news and SVG TV. I said, but wait, we have a television station here. These people just take our content and not. Anyway, go on, Doc. Sorry.
Well, you have a television station there. You could take the content too if you wish to.
Yeah, I put it out myself. So that's your this, like just said, this is your intellectual right. So you have to get permission. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Shady, and good morning to all of the listeners that are on Boom. Apparently, people's favorite station in the morning. Saw a lot of it. People on just a while ago when I looked at it. My apologies for yesterday. I was engaged. I tried to get away. A lot of people these days are doing what I call smart choice marriages, smart choice weddings, actually, smart choice weddings. In that they come early in the morning. Yesterday was one such. They come at the church here early in the morning. Husband, wife, and 2 witnesses, and basically they get the wedding done. Very, very simple, very sweet. Yesterday the lady turned up. She was well dressed, jeans and a lovely white blouse is probably the term I should use. A lovely white blouse, and the gentleman, I think he was wearing jeans and just one of those new trending dress shirts, all the pants and everything. And Yeah, spend up a whole set of money. Not a whole heap of money at all, at all, at all. Very simple. Whether you have rings or you don't have rings is immaterial. Um, and so quite a number of people they know that I do smart choice weddings. And usually during the week, the Saturday things, spending $50,000 or $40,000. I think it's about $70, $80 a plate now for the caterer. Some $100 a plate. So rather than spend $40,000 to do a wedding, and you could get one done for whatever the shirt cost or the pants cost, next to nothing. So yeah, and you're just as married. You're just as married as anybody. I love doing this. Reason why I love doing this, by the way, is quite a number of things are keeping people from moving into that step of marriage. I'm very concerned, by the way. I'm very concerned about the status of women. Although we've had some legal changes here in St. Vincent of late, I'm still very concerned about the status of women, particularly in what is called, but it used to be called concubinage, I think, or some of that transferred over into common law relationships, women in common law relationships, and they're not considered as married. And sometimes I question the use of the term married, because it is used in such a way to put women who have fulfilled every function of a marriage in a kind of more macho-oriented society. They're fulfilled just about every function, but are excluded from quite a number of legal privileges that are allowed to someone who signs paper. And that's because we have a highly Eurocentric understanding of marriage. I'm not saying biblical understanding of marriage, as I said, a Eurocentric understanding of marriage. A biblical understanding of marriage is quite different of the level of commitment. We and we have a legal understanding of marriage. So let me put that in there too. We have a Eurocentric understanding of marriage. We have a legal understanding of marriage as defined by the laws of the state, which I had to study in order to become a marriage officer, by the way. So I understand the legal understanding and frameworks for what legally constitutes a marriage. And then there's also the cultural understanding of marriage and biblical understanding of marriage. So you see what I did there? I presented 4 different views of marriage. And the one that seems to trump everything else in this society is the legal understanding of marriage, which is shaped by the other 3. It is shaped by a Eurocentric understanding of marriage, which is why ladies still get dressed up and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on an expensive wedding gown, which is not a part of our culture, by the way. Very expensive wedding gown, very European style, So we are shaped the legal understanding. When you do it legally, you still import into it the Eurocentric understanding, the formality of the thing. You have a ceremony. The English and the other Europeans are so very ceremonial in their functioning. So that has to be done for it to be a marriage, and then and it is shaped some by the biblical understanding, because we import now biblical snippets into the marriage. Most marriages would import something from the Bible, but the frame of it is essentially a legal thing. So, which is rather exclusive, and it excludes people who don't sign on the paper, women who don't sign paper are not considered married. And in terms of matters related to distribution of estate, should something happen to their common law husband, they are significantly disadvantaged. Their children I'd refer to rather pejoratively terms like, they used to use the term bastard children. or bastard child. I hate that term. I hate that term. It is a label, and children in the past have carried that for all their lives. Or illegitimate child. I mean, I'm struggling with that term also. Illegitimate child. To me, a child is a child with all of the potentials and abilities and everything that any other child. Whether that child is bad, and I know some people are going to be troubled by what I say right now and like question, my biblical position on this. But to me, whether the child is born in wedlock or out of wedlock, you just heard me right. Whether that child is born in wedlock or out of wedlock, that is of no doing of the child. I'm not going to view the child differently and hold them and esteem them differently because of certain situations. But yeah, we label them born to a man and woman in love, and born to a situation where there all of the other things that come with marriage, the trapping some of these women are actually living in, and they perform all of the duties of the what a wife should perform, but because papers are not signed, they are esteemed differently and actually looked down upon, and they're disadvantaged. So I say all of that to say that when a couple come to me and say, Pastor, we in love, we live together. Notice what I said there, we're in love, we live together, but I don't know. That step of marriage is too much money involved. What I try to do is that I honor them, by the way. I first of all honor them. I don't beat up on them. I don't judge them and say, how dare you go live with this and that. I honor them for the step that they want to take. Some of them have shared commitment and have demonstrated commitment for not just a year or 2 or 3, but decades, and have children together and have very, very stable relationships. So you got to, you honor that, and you honor the step that they want to take. And as a pastor, you facilitate them wanting to take this step, and you help them to understand that all of these cultural trappings and all of these cloistered Eurocentric additions are not necessary for your marriage. And I usually tell people, when you have $15, you could get married. Just go take out the marriage certificate and come to me, and let me facilitate you. I will take you through some counseling, make sure that you are ready to understand this step of commitment. And I have helped a lot of people to take this step, and particularly the women. I feel like I've made a contribution knowing that you have had a marriage before, by some essence of what is culturally defined as a marriage, but you have not formalized it legally, which is a requirement here in St. Vincent for certain advantages to be bestowed upon you. And so I have facilitated and helped many, many women to get to the point where they take that step. You shouldn't have to pay a DJ. Shady, no problem with you. And I've seen you at a wedding or two, but you shouldn't have to pay a DJ X amount, pay a caterer X amount, pay a wedding planner X amount, pay a photographer X amount, and a whole heap of unnecessary trappings, preventing people from doing what they already share, formalizing a commitment. So, I have been trying to debunk that privately. I've been trying to debunk that and been facilitating and making myself available for people who want to do smart choice weddings, that they get the thing done at little or no expense to themselves. And some of them, like the one yesterday, one of the best ones I ever did yesterday, just the groom, the bride, and a couple of other people. Five of us in total, a wonderful ceremony. And they have the photography done well. They have all of the wonderful pictures. You should see the pictures. They are beautiful. And when they finished, they went to a little hotel and had a little meal together to celebrate. That was fantastic. I just feel that I wanted to say something about this whole I'm troubled about the how I'm troubled by the disadvantages of a woman who is committed to a man and the way marriage is legally defined, and the fact that we have an imposition upon us that is not biblical but um, guided by Eurocentric understanding and Eurocentric tentacles that have shaped our law. That basically you've got to check that box, or else you're in a lot of pain. So I've been trying to facilitate that thing. All right. I don't know if this commentary helped anyone. I also segue, well, not necessarily segue, just move on from that, and to say that I did listen to the opinions expressed this morning, and let me see how much time I have. The opinion expressed on the matter of the Public Accounts Committee meeting, and save that for another time. Let me save that for another time. I'm trying to think my way through what I heard, and let me remind those who missed my program last week, I think it was. Think about what you're hearing. Sometimes we are too quick to respond, and there was a lot of responses. Some of the responses very extreme this morning. I said think, T-H-I-N-K. T is it true? Candyman presented quite an argument. He cherry picked because we didn't get the full thing. So please understand the use of the term. He picked out deliberately, him and his researchers, he and his researchers picked out deliberately the pieces that they want to highlight. But of course, it was not the entire thing. And one of the things that I do as I listen to people, I interrogate. So before I get moved by what Candyman presented, it was rather very well put together presentation to make his case, as paid sophists are supposed to do. So he did his job. He did that. But I'm like, when I listen to stuff like that, I'm like, is that the full truth? And then Lavon came on, and Lavon gave her defense, and she walked away through some things, and I'm asking, but is that, and you yourself being questioned, is that the full truth, Lavon? Is that? So I'm thinking, before I comment on the thing, that Candyman tell the fullness of the truth. Not that he lied, I'm not saying that. He presented well. And Lavon also handled herself well, but they're partial. And it's biased presentation. Candyman's presentation is a biased presentation. Lavon's presentation is a biased presentation. I mean, shame on me if I am unduly moved by what Candyman said or what Lavon said, to jump to a very conclusive statement and make pronouncements like I heard some doing. We don't do it that way. We think. The T, is it true? The H, is it helpful? And some of it was very helpful. I mean, in terms of understanding that there are rules that should guide. I'm suspicious now of holding a meeting in which there are supposed to be rules, but you have some informal rules in place, but they're not binding rules because they were not passed and they were not sanctioned. When I say sanctioned, they were not properly constituted. So what weight would the meeting hold if it is ever questioned down the road? So again, that was very informative and helpful to me. Some of it might not have been helpful to the cause of whether it's Labour Party or helpful to the cause of the NDP. And some of the comments that I heard in response were downright not very helpful to the cause. So you question that. Before I say something, I'm like, to what extent do I want to be helping or hurting? I think I went through that the other day. Because if my intention is to hurt, I can say things to hurt. If my intention is to help, I can say things to help. And then is it THI inspiring? Not inspiring this morning. Not inspiring. It was not. We are speaking about people in office, whether we are speaking on one side or the other. And just not. I heard about sabotage of attempts. I heard about downright lying of leaders. I heard about manipulative intentions of those who have the say. And it just didn't inspire me to hear this kind of conversation about our people who are in leadership. So it wasn't right. It really wasn't inspiring. THIN. I think this is the part that troubled me most. Was it necessary to say some of the things that were said? And not just by the those who have segments on the program, but by the multiple other people who called in. I'm not saying that you're lying. I am not saying the things that you said are out of whack or that they are not logical conclusions that you should come to. I am not saying that. I'm just saying, was it necessary to say it on on this forum? One of the things that I understand is that people are affected by what I say. So I weigh what I say very carefully before I say it. And some of the things, I don't think I need to say that. Especially people are going to run with it. No, I'm not going to say it. And then the lasting kind. Remember, you can be unkind or you can be kind when you speak about our people and particularly our leaders. And I have chosen the option time and again, whether it is of the NDP or the ULP, I have chosen the option, let me be kind and let me build leaders. I'm a leader myself and I know what comes with leadership. And leaders don't get enough support and kindness shown to them. We are more likely to find their faults, and leaders do have faults. We are more likely to find their faults and be unkind to them and ask them and point it out and highlight it and put it out there in public. We are likely to truncate, leaders rather than we are to, in the way Moses, when his hands got tired, he got help to lift his hands. I don't know that leaders get enough help to lift their hands. Leaders make mistakes and leaders don't dot all of our I's and leaders don't check all of our boxes. And I don't know that we should make a public spectacle of them as often as we do and disgrace them or demean them or shame them for their failings. Sometimes we can be kind when we understand the role of leadership. Sometimes we can be kind. All right, so I thought through all of that this morning. I was thinking THINK, and hence my comments. Thank you for the extra time to say what I had to say, Bing, and my fellow Vincentians. I wish you all a good day. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Doc. Enjoy your day. Don't have a good day today. Have a
great day
today, Doc. All right.
Thank you, Shady. Thank you. Catch you tomorrow.
Thank you, Shady. Thanking me. I guess I'm not.
Thank you, Bing. Yeah,
Bing. I'm not for thanking. I don't know why.
Thank you, Dwight Bing Joseph. You all take care.
Yeah,
take care, buddy.
Tomorrow morning. Well, it's been an interesting one. Get to the things that I had to deal with. I had prepared to deal with coming out of Parliament yesterday as well. There's some stuff that I but tomorrow is another day. My God, what a program. That's what you call a rush. What a rush we had this morning. That is what you call a rush. Yeah, a rush, like an adrenaline rush. I was like at 100 miles per hour. Like, zoom. That was it this morning. So I didn't get a chance to give my adrenaline rush this morning because what I have to say, it will vex some people. So maybe tomorrow morning, I have several different things that I want to deal with that came out of Parliament yesterday. So tomorrow morning, you will get it. Tomorrow's what? Wednesday? We don't care Wednesday? We don't give two damns? Yeah? So we don't give two damns tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be like a Friday because Thursday is a holiday. Yeah. All right, cool. Normally you got to bring back justice questions. Yeah. It's an interesting one. Listen, whatever you do, whatever you think, however you feel, remember, everyone has a constitutional right to have their opinion. Don't get vexed with Travis, with Candyman, with Lavone, with Even the pastor who called and got really vexed with me. He got real. He went down in the gutters with me this morning, and I just had to remind myself, Bing, you're no longer that. You no longer like that, because I could have really good on day with him, but I had to step back, and just say, you know what, Bing, you're no longer that person, and just let him be. I really, really tried very hard, and I'm gonna tap myself on the shoulder to achieve that, to let him be, because I was so tempted to go down in the gutter with him, but sometimes you just have to let people be and let him go with his monologue and see, so however you feel about his position, what he said, how he said it, hey, he's got a constitutional right to it as well too, right? That's his opinion. However you feel about my position as well too, I've got a constitutional right. You just got to let it be. You know what I mean? However I feel about a lot of what was said, I've just got to let it be. Just don't drag the flag, right? The highest office in the land, remember, we are all citizens. The highest office in the land. And I love you folks. I quite enjoyed this morning rush though. I quite enjoyed it. And so we'll be back again tomorrow morning. And we'll do it all over again. I know for sure, because I know I have coming with. I know what I have so up. I know once I drop that tomorrow, it will cause some problems. Or maybe I might. I've got several of them. So maybe I might just drop one or two of them. And hold back some of until next week after the public holiday. Yeah. So as per usual, we're gonna do back justice questions for you. It had some problems. It was dropping out a couple of places, and so it had some dropouts along the way. So we're gonna do it back again and then. You guys have yourself not a good Travis, buddy. Take care, buddy. You gotta say back broad, buddy. You know what I mean? You gotta, in this business, you gotta have broad shoulders and thick skin. Yeah, Winston, buddy. Good morning to you. Winston say bypass Hammer today and go sip something cool with him. I'll pass by Hammer and sip something cool. If I go by Hammer, I'm taking a spliff or sip something cool. I'm taking a spliff. As easy as marijuana is a downer, right? It kind of brings you down from a high. So having kind of something good, a good we call it a good blend, not a blend, a good I call it now strain. I'm gonna carry a good strain for Hammer today, so we could just relax and shoot the breeze. When my son was 5 years old, one day he sat down in the porch with his hand by his thing like this. 5 years old. I said, James, what are you doing? He said, Daddy, I'm shooting the breeze. I'm like, what? He said, I'm shooting the breeze. I said, you had to be a Mitchell. You had to be a Mitchell. 5 years old. And you sit down. It was between 5 and 7 years old. Sit down there in the porch with his hand, thinking like he had mortgage to pay and bills to pay and all kind of thing. His hand by his temple, telling me he's shooting the breeze. I'm like, what? What is wrong with you, child? By the way, speaking about him, he will be home very, very soon, and I can't wait. One of my sons will be home very, very soon. Yeah, and I can't wait. I'll be seeing my daughter very, very soon as well. I'm going to go up to Canada. She's graduating very, very soon from her boarding school to go to university. I can't wait. I spoke to her last night, got emotional, cried, the usual blah, 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 blah. When it comes to her, she just have me wrap around her fingers, and she just know the strings to pull to just get me, going on, get whatever she wants from me or whatever she wants me to say. What can I do? It's my daughter. What can I do? That's my weakness there. Yeah, that's my baby Bing, my weakness. Yeah. And of course, Chavez is doing his own thing. I'm so proud and happy about him. Yeah, about time he starts sending back some money to me, all the money making. You know what I mean? Guys, have yourself not a good day today, but have yourself a great day. Until then, we're gone tomorrow. Love you.
Wake up with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.